get deep, going deep, Chad and JT.
Oh, mama. What up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep with Chad JT podcast. Guys, before we begin, I want to remind you once again that we are brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped, thank you so much for keeping our trims pubed, for looking after our hogs, for making sure that our dongs are looking fresh and clean, because we're still in the Q-teen, guys, but you know what? That does not mean that your dong should not stay fresh. Success is when preparation meets opportunity.
Amen.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And so you want to always be prepared for that opportunity with a well-trimmed hog, okay? You don't want to come in with some, I mean, these hedges are nice in the studio, but that's not what you want your dong to look like. Although it is pretty well-trimmed. I take that back. But you just, you want them like the hedges, except maybe a little less thick. Yeah.
Green pubes would be cool.
What's up?
Green pubes.
Yeah, like a little hedge down there?
Yeah, like topiary, like little shapes. Yeah.
What's topiary mean?
It's what Edward Scissorhands is really good at, like
shaping
growth
grass?
of plants. Like trees and stuff. Yeah.
Dude, Edward Scissorhands manscaping?
He's a creepy dude, that dude.
Yeah. What's his deal? Where did he get this?
That's what I wondered. I was like,
I don't remember that movie.
Was it like a mom trait or a dad trait?
With the scissor hands?
Yeah.
His mom had scissor hands and feet, and he only got the hands.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Interesting. Guys, I'm here with my compadre, Jean Thomas. What up?
Boom, clap, Stokers.
And we're here with our dog, the legend, Reggie Henke. What up?
What up, Chad? What up, JT? I haven't seen either of you in a while. It's
been a minute, dude.
It's good to hang out.
What's your full name?
Reginald Van Henke.
And then your brother's names?
You're using up my first date anecdotes in the first 10 seconds. My brother's name, I'm the oldest, and then my middle brother is Remy Henke, and my little brother's Regis Henke.
It's Remington, though, is the full name, right, for Remy?
Yeah, Remington Vaughn, so he's RV, I'm RV. But then Regis is just Regis. He breaks the mold. His middle name is St. John.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, y'all have some sick names, dude.
Yeah, my dad, Rod, big fan of R's, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like R-E.
Yeah.
R-V.
Yeah, RV.
Yeah.
It's RV, and then my middle name is Van, V-A-N. Like, it's like...
Oh, two N's?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
He just made up a word. It's not like Van, if it was just V-A-N, it'd be like he was trying to turn me Dutch or something.
Yeah.
But he just I like it. It sounds like a thing.
It's a cool name. Yeah.
And Reggie's like the most casual name ever. I get to vacillate between like royalty and like a cool guy.
Yeah.
When do you introduce yourself as Reginald?
I mean, I would never want someone to be someone's first impression of me, like kiss my ring, kind of like my name's Reginald. I can't even say it with a straight face.
If you were meeting like the mayor or something.
Garcetti?
Sure.
Yeah.
I say, "What's up, Eric? I'm Reginald." Yeah. No, I don't know. I truly don't. No one even earnestly calls me that. It's just on my license.
Have you ever been in an argument with someone and they're like, Reggie, and you're like, call me Reginald?
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like it's like it's a good fake reason to be offended.
Yeah, it's like amp up the respect a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Say the whole thing.
Whenever you reiterate what your name is to someone in an argument, it's escalating things,
Yeah. I don't want to spoil it. When we get to down the line, my beef of the week is going to involve my name.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, or I could burn it and then
we'll just
try
touch
to,
on it.
I'm a writer, try to like figure something out. I don't know, like an hour, maybe come up with a single.
Yeah, you're a brilliant writer.
Thank you. I love. This is so cool. I get to come in right when you guys are blown up again. It's
thanks,
cool
man.
to see that response. You guys always deserve it. So great.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been insane with the mask video in Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
We've just been doing like interviews and stuff. It sounds like I sound like a bitch, I guess. But I'm tuckered out.
No, it fries your nerves, I think, because
yeah, you gotta be on. I'm sure you can't. take any of these very like lightly. Are any of them like are they trying to like get you guys on not being like?
No.
Gently. Sometimes they're like probing the perimeter to see if there's any inconsistencies, but for the most part, they're pretty friendly.
Yeah. But it is. I mean, when you see what the media does, and you're always looking at the media and how they, can take things you say out of context. It's always in the back of your mind of like, I gotta be like
right
straight on point on this one.
Yeah, KCAL 9, they took out a lot of like the more personality based answers. They kind of just made it a brass tacks exposition kind of interview. They made us seem a bit more sincere than we probably were in the interview. Yeah.
That's so funny.
I'm not upset. Yeah.
So what didn't make it in the video? Is that all the juicy bits? Was there anybody who's like?
The craziest people made the video. Yeah. The what probably got left out was some of the chiller people who just took the mask and were like, hey, thanks guys, good work.
Right.
Yeah.
The people who aren't gonna like be on the news. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad there were those. It's kind of what I was asking, like that there were some good
there's
people.
a lot of chill people in Huntington Beach. There's a lot of kooks, but there's a lot of chill people. Yeah, I probably had a little residual guilt from that, where I was like, people were like, Huntington Beach, what a bunch of fucking crazy.
Yeah, you guys
wacko.
are too nice for anyone to
Yeah.
perceive it that way. No, you guys are the best.
Oh, that's
Oh,
nice,
thanks,
dude.
man.
Yeah, but it's fun, and then we shot some stuff in San Clemente too, so that'll probably be.
Yeah.
We'll see how that comes out.
Yeah. We gotta piece it all together. Go ahead.
No, go.
No, go.
Yeah.
What?
I was gonna ask. So you were writing on what a lot of people say is the funniest comedy show.
I got it.
On
Yeah, I work for the writers. I'm not a writer. I get to do some fun stuff and be creative with them. But yeah, the last like in-person job I had was on season 2 of I Think You Should Leave. We were 4 days into shooting it. We had like 4 sketches in the can. Some really fun guests booked, and it was like I was on top of the world. Like, this is my favorite job I get to do.
Yeah.
And we shut down since now it's just open-ended when it goes back. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We were working on a big project, and we just talked to like the people, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't really know when it's gonna come back," and we're just like, "All right, cool." Yeah. Just try and stay positive.
Right. It hasn't switched over to nothing's coming back. Like it's at least like when that happens, that's the next big scary thing. Of like we'll let you know if it comes back. Like that's what I'm afraid of if these
When the
things keep
language starts
pushing.
to change a little bit. Yeah. When they're like, "Look, we're still hopeful," and then you're like, "Why'd you say still hopeful?"
I mean, like once a week, a restaurant I like legitimately like shuts down forever. It scares me.
J. Crew went down.
J. Crew went down. Yeah. I think with entertainment though, and with I Think You Should Leave. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I feel like they're doing better than they've ever done. So.
Yeah. They have plenty of money.
They were cover of Wall Street Journal yesterday. They got a 10% bump in subscribers.
It's crazy that there's 10% of America that doesn't have Netflix.
Yeah.
Like, what do they do all day? There has to be a built-in part of their model that like anticipates saturation, right? Like you can't get more subscribers.
Right.
Like some people just never have it. So
I heard they're farming babies to make sure that there's new subscribers in the pipeline.
Where? What?
Where's the baby farm?
Yeah. I kind of want to bust in, open some cages.
That'd be a good vice. You're like the
You're
Matrix.
free. Go.
You're free, and then you give them Hulu subscriptions.
It's me and Alec Baldwin busting babies on it.
Right. Why Alec Baldwin?
I think he's a Hulu spokesman, or he was.
Oh, okay.
Is he really?
Maybe it's just like I see a guy in a suit. I'm like, he's selling me some. Like,
I thought because he was in Boss Baby, maybe.
Is that a Hulu original?
Well, just because we're freeing babies, maybe he's like good with.
He probably. I would buy it if he like was so full of shit that he was like, I studied babies for 2 years.
He's a smart guy.
To be it's like a year studying bosses and a year studying babies.
Yeah.
Synthesized it.
I heard the Mandalorian is guarding the Disney Plus one.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not Pedro Pascal. I heard he was on set for like a day.
No, it's the guy who walks around without the voice.
Yeah.
Who's a beast, I heard.
Really?
Tim is his name.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No joke, you are aware. I mean, that's I was speculating that, but that's like a known fact that he's not in that suit ever.
Apparently, yeah. I heard about that. Like, I asked someone who like worked on it. I'm like, was Pedro Pascal in the suit? And they're like, he worked for like a week on that show.
It's just
Yeah.
motors.
Yeah.
You can tell. You can tell when Pedro Pascal talks about it too. He's like, "Well, I talked to the stuntman about what kind of walk he would use in this suit."
It'd be funny if
I'm like,
if
how
he's
substantial is that
right-handed and
conversation?
his stuntman's like left-handed or something. It's
Yeah.
just really obvious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Go ahead.
And then you worked on the Twilight Zone as well, right?
Yeah, that just aired the season I worked on. That was like the longest job I've had in LA because it started May last year. I started as the writer's assistant in the mini room, and it was supposed to be just this little temporary thing, and I worked till the day before we aired. So it was really, I literally got to see like conception,
Really?
like every step of every idea till it was like on the air. It was very cool.
Did you watch a bunch of the Twilight show to prep?
To prep, I watched every single episode of the original, which I had probably seen most of, scattered.
Yeah.
But I sat down and went through it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons.
Does it hold up?
Some of them, it's a grab bag. Like any anthology show like that will have like a brilliant, like unforgettable episode about like human emotions that like it, but it's like about, it's got scary aliens, and the next one will be like guys playing pool being like, are we in hell? like they clearly had to like stay up late and finish some of the episodes. Like they gave some resources to some, not the others. But that works against our show because people only remember the genius ones.
Yeah.
And they're like, expect to be like, you can never predict that. You don't know what's going to resonate like that.
It's crazy. It's so hard to tell. You just got to make as much stuff. SNL, I feel like, is like that too, where everyone just remembers like the halcyon days from when they were growing up, but it's really just a selective memory. Although I do think but even as I say that, I'm like, I do think SNL's.
I'm like that with
worse
sports.
now.
I'm like, Kabir Bajwa-Bamil is the best defensive end of all time.
Yeah, you're a big Packers fan. He's a beast, though, that guy.
Yeah. He's in my mind because he's in the news because he's like a psycho, like he's in a cult or something right now.
Oh, he is?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
He never left Green Bay, which is cool for a Packer player because they all have Bailey. But
Right.
he stayed and like left his family, and now he's in a cult.
What do you think about A-Raj breaking up with Danica? Or vice versa?
I don't want to get too controversial on here. I heard, and did you hear who he might be with now?
Who?
Shailene Woodley.
What?
Oh, what?
That's the rumor I saw on
Interesting.
Twitter. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, so he's big. He only dates stars.
Stars, like powerful brunettes. Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
that's his type.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think.
Power bees, yeah.
I think. I ran into her at that HBO show Rap Party that Alex. I think she's sober, so it's interesting to be like he seems like a sober guy too.
Yeah.
To be very like, just like sitting next to each other quietly in a room.
Just
Yeah.
keeping it
But
together
being
together.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder who's more intense, her or Danica, or maybe Danica or Aaron.
Who do you think drives to the grocery store when Danica and Aaron?
Yeah, I bet Aaron.
Yeah,
Because
she wants a
I bet
break.
Danica's like, these roads can't handle me.
Yeah.
It would be like riding a tricycle after riding a like motorcycle all day or something.
Yeah.
Who are we talking to? Someone said that NASCAR drivers are really safe when they drive on the road.
Oh,
It was
interesting.
Pastrana. I listened
Oh,
to you guys'
right.
podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, I don't speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that was interesting.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Was he sitting right here? He's such a legend.
That was over the Zoom.
You guys get
Yeah.
real celebrities. I'm honored to be on again. Thanks again.
Well, you're
I'd
a
be pumped
beast.
to have you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the greatest
It's an
ever.
honor.
Well, I was gonna. Well, we were supposed to watch it. Did you guys watch the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith Red Table? It's kind of parallel to the Aaron Rodgers stuff, I guess.
I read the link. I'm not gonna.
You didn't watch it?
I've had that conversation with a girl breaking up with I meet with a girl telling me she like I can't. I don't need to live
really?
that.
It's it's like PTSD. A little bit.
Yeah.
I guess it feels like
Yeah.
like he also didn't need to do that on screen. Like
Yeah, and your ex and Jada Pinkett kind of they don't look dissimilar.
I actually didn't. I wasn't thinking about that at all. But it's more me and Will Smith are the same. But no, I just like. Would you get that nitty gritty on this show with somebody?
No, that's what I was thinking.
No.
I was like, and I try to be personal. I was like, this is definitely too much. And like Will's like leading the questions, and he's like, Jada, I think you should tell everybody because I'm at your red table. They always reference the red table. They're like, we're here at the red table. I'm like, are you doing like, I don't know.
They get $5,000 every time they sit.
Yeah,
It's like
it must be.
Yeah.
Or they pray to it or something. But like, it's either branding or it's God to them. And then he's like, Jada, I think you should tell everybody like what happened and why you did what you did, and how it felt when you were like cheating on me. And you're like, why would you ask her that? Like,
Yeah.
it seems like the last thing he would want to.
Why is he like lobbing her a devastating reveal about himself?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, because you're inadequate. Like, I was like, why are you like, what are you teeing her up for? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it is, but that's what it like. I was like, what do you expect?
Yeah, she's just like Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the part that stood out to me the most, just a small part, was the guy's name was like August or Augie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Will referred to him as Og, as if they're boys. He's like that. So then you spoke to Og, and I'm like, how are you like close with this
It means
guy?
he's like around the house, probably.
Yeah.
I think he was. I think
Yeah.
they're like, we helped him get better. He had like health issues. And
Yeah.
I assume maybe that's like mental health stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then-
you could have had gout or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
But I think if it was that, you just would have said it, right?
Yeah, we were helping out with his gout.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
it was like diabetes, they would have been like, look, you didn't have insulin, so we got him some
Yeah.
insulin. Yeah, it sounded like more,
I don't know his work. Do you guys?
no, I was hoping because you know a lot more about hip hop.
Well,
Yeah.
to me, it sounds like a Dolly Parton kind of like the name. Like I'm like
Right.
I'm August Alsina, and like
Yeah.
Right.
like I truly wouldn't have guessed it was a male hip hop artist.
Yeah, it might not even be hip hop. That might just be my prejudgment. Yeah.
I think he's a hip hop singer, like a Ty Dolla $ign type.
Oh, cool. Well, I would not want a guy like that. Stuffing my old lady.
You hear him just like doing ballads upstairs.
Ooh, that feels good.
And they also said one thing at the top. They're like, we ride together, we die together. Bad marriage for life.
They said that?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Damn, who wrote that on the way in? That
Yeah.
that's so funny.
I almost think they just do too much therapy, and now they're like, and it made me want to stop going to therapy because they were so like, well, I realized a lot about myself and that I had to pursue my own happiness, and that a lot of what was causing me pain was my codependence. And I'm like, just relax, guys. I was like, you don't need to like.
They're given too big of a vocabulary to talk about something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it's not that complicated.
It was too many words, yeah, and they were like such like elegant words. I was like, I don't know. This all seems a little more raw and basic than how you guys are describing it.
Yeah, I was. I just texted my friend Jimmy. You know Jimmy, and he. I was like, I don't really feel like going to the grocery store today. I'm kind of like exhausted. I don't want to be a guy who like needs app servants to do everything for him. So I was like, just call me a pussy. I like texted my friend. I'm like, call me a pussy, and that's all I need. I know it's not really real because I'm like asking you for it, but I'm like, I just invented the cheapest, newest therapy.
Yeah.
Because it worked. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, I'll go.
And then you went.
Yeah.
I had a similar experience. We were working out, me and Ferraro and Daniels, and then me and Ferraro were talking about how sex is not just about getting a boner, because I have boner problems sometimes. And then my friend John was like, it's all about getting a boner. And then I was like, I needed to hear that. But I was like, but also now you have to do an extra like 20 pistol squats because of that. Let's go. I'm going to make you suffer
It's
for saying
tax,
that.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It works on who it works on. So I don't know that it's a universal. Like, people try to say therapy is this universal thing. I don't know. Anything solves anything universally.
I totally agree. Yeah. It's like one diet doesn't fit all. It's like some people are allergic to peanuts. You can't just give peanut butter to everybody. Yeah.
I'm a peanut butter guy.
I love peanut butter, yeah.
Crunchy or creamy?
I'm in the crunchy phase right now.
You sound shamed. I love crunchy.
What? No. I was just analyzing my eating habits for the past
Oh, okay.
month, and I'd say I've been crunchy, but I've had smooth phases.
As long as it's not that like stuff you can drink.
Oh, dude, no way.
Where it's got the oil on top or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, like the Trader Joe's type.
Yeah, the all natural like.
Yeah.
I don't know what is in peanuts that's what comes out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's all natural. I'm like, let's get Skippy.
Yeah. Creamy is the best. What about, dude, the Redskins are now no longer the Redskins, long overdue.
Mm-hmm.
Very long. Yeah.
Yeah. But what do you think they should rename them?
Well, the is it down to anything official?
I
Or
don't
do you
think-
mean like open-ended? What would I?
Totally open-ended. Just what would you name them? I think they're leaning towards red tails.
Of the
but-
serious options, that seems like a slam dunk. You don't have to really change a lot of the branding. It like sounds the same. It honors cool Hawks and like the Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually on there. I spent all day for this research job. I have like 800 Wikipedia tabs open. I was recently on the Tuskegee Airmen Wikipedia page,
Mhm.
and they have like sick, I don't know what you call like army patches.
Insignia.
Yeah, they're on the bottom of the Wikipedia page. I'm like, I want one of these. Like, these are cool stickers or something.
Right.
Yeah, they're like, they could incorporate that in the branding. It feels like going from like so like racist to like honoring like a important group is like even cooler than just like meeting in the middle and being like, I don't know, what are the other options, like nationals or something?
I only know red tails. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I was gonna say like Supras to like. I just think it sounds cool and it's like a cool
Yeah.
car.
What
But I think that's
Toyota
cool to like
Supra?
meet.
Is that
Yeah,
what-
just like the Toyota Supras.
And so take Washington out too. Just straight up Toyota is like the city.
The Toyota
Yeah,
Supra.
That's cool.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
the Toyota Supras.
Yeah.
But I do like what you're saying about honoring another group in like a good way.
Yeah, but you never know. Maybe that could like be at some point they'll be like, "Why'd you name a football team after like real people?" And like
Yeah.
that would be bad or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. So in that case, I think this is a joke for a guy me and JT know who likes the Redskins, but they should be the Washington Foreskins. I guess.
Because he has a foreskin and he likes the Redskins.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, one thing that's cool, maybe for animals, is the owls. Because we heard an owl last night.
Yeah.
Dude, when you hear an owl like hooing, it's awesome.
You got pretty excited. You love
I got
owls.
so, I was
Yeah.
like, it was so cool.
Yeah.
So maybe just like the Washington owl. Are there any owl teams?
Ooh. That's a wolf.
That's what it was like.
I think the Temple Owls
high
are
five.
a team.
The what?
Temple, that college. in
Oh
Philly.
yeah.
They're owls.
Yeah.
I love owls. I was gonna want to get an owl, but I don't want to cage it up.
Yeah, and you guys would be on different. You go to sleep
You
pretty
could get
early.
pet ones.
Yeah.
I follow Big Boy, not LA Big Boy, Outcast Big Boy.
Oh, yeah,
I
he
think
has an
probably
owl?
follow him both. But he has owls, pet owls.
Yeah.
And
Nice,
He'll be
dude.
like whistle and they'll like fly to his arm. And
Really?
Stuff. Yeah.
Dude, the Washington Outcasts would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're from Atlanta, so it'd be like not
So-
the right.
Well, Tuskegee Airmen are from Alabama.
right. That's
know-
true. We're
you
going
know-
all over the place.
You know, it'd be a dream come true. The Washington Small Dongs.
Yeah.
If the Washington Small Dongs won the Super Bowl, what do you think that
Well,
would do for
Their
small
helmets would be hilarious.
Yeah, let's brand that out.
Yeah.
What's the insignia on that look
Little
like?
dinky dong with nuts on both sides
I
of the
think
helmet.
it should just be
Yeah.
like a small, like you can't even read the
It's
logo
pretty small.
on national
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You
it,
can barely see that thing.
it,
yeah.
it looks like it's like the side of the Steelers helmet that's blank, but it's
We
like,
are
zoom
small
in.
dongs.
Yeah.
Yeah, ferocious fighters probably. That like Ray Nitschke, the greatest linebacker of all time,
Yeah.
famously drew his anger from his tiny penis.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Interesting.
Or my dad just tells me things sometimes and I believe him. But
My friend's dad played against Ray Nitschke, and he was telling me stories about how tough he was, and he didn't mention his little dick, which I think was pretty cool of my friend's dad. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not small enough to be like furious about it, but I could see it. I could see myself buying some merch from the small dongs, like
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
if the color,
Yeah.
if the colorway is cool enough.
That's good to hear
Yeah.
because we're literally making merch about small dongs. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it, what is it like? Can you reveal any of it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's just a black shirt and just Helvetica font, maybe Times New Roman, just very basic. Just I have a small dong in white, period. And small dong shame hashtag on the back.
I'd buy one of those.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna wear one. Yeah.
I'm gonna wear it all the time.
I think it's a pretty big dong move to do that.
I
Yeah.
was thinking you guys were talking about like mesh windows in the front of your shorts or something like.
Oh, so people can see it?
Yeah, no, full no shame. I don't know, like
That's a
I don't.
good
I
idea.
wouldn't wear them, but that's
Not yet, but maybe if they catch on,
yeah.
they become a phenomenon.
That's sort of like, I bet the pro nudist council member would do that in Germany.
That's a perfect transition. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great sentence in that article you guys were talking about that you sent me, because it's like fully clothed, comma, pro nudist council member, blah blah blah, like as in like he's not how he wants to be right now. Like, He's not in his like his state.
Yeah. So what happened is that in Germany right now they're having a debate over nudist beaches, and it's gotten pretty contentious, which we actually think is a good sign because it means they're not so worried about the coronavirus that now they can get to other big issues that need attending to. Mm-hmm. Are you guys pro nude beach? Have you guys been to a nude beach?
I've been to Black's a few times. Saw some, all types of dongs there. I was pretty excited, and some ladies.
Where's that?
But mostly San Diego.
Was it empowering?
Yeah, except this one guy had a huge cock ring on and just like a hammer, like one of those big cock rings that goes around the balls too.
Showstopper.
And he wouldn't lay down. He was literally just standing there, just trying to flex on everyone.
You know Showstopper?
Yeah.
Is that porn?
No, that's his name. The name of the guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I've been to one in Vancouver, British Columbia. There's one called Wreck Beach. I went.
How was that?
It was fun. I went with a buddy. I don't know if I could have gone alone because I would have been. Did you go alone?
I was just surfing, yeah. So, but one time I've gone with friends a few times. So.
Because I was like policing my eye line too much to be like I was fine. I didn't care that I was naked, but I was worried that everyone was worried that I was worried about.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like I was worried everyone could tell it was like my first time.
Right.
Yeah.
You felt a little bit like it's like when you go to a gun range and you first hear a bullet be shot, your body kind of like shakes.
And you look around if anyone saw you.
Yeah, and it takes a couple hours to get used to just the noise.
Yeah.
It takes a couple hours to get used to seeing boobs and dongs.
Well, I mean, I was late to showering with the team in like high school because I was like a late bloomer. My pubes didn't turn into that over there very early on. Took me a while.
You had thin pubes?
Just non-existent, really. Like I don't know. I was like 15 or something when I like stopped being a boy.
Right.
Yeah.
It felt really crazy late. But like, so I appreciate that like nudity has power. Like you don't just because some people in a room are comfortable or beach, like
yeah,
it's like special that there's still places in our fucking country that's cool.
Do you think that's inherent that we feel vulnerable with nudity, or do you think that's been conditioned into us, or some combination of both?
I think if we were just naked from birth, there'd be nothing to worry about.
Right.
It's like you want to see behind the like sensor bar. Like you don't want to, or like if there's nothing. I don't know. I think that's probably like part of the deal with people liking feet too, because they're like hidden all day.
Yeah.
You don't like get to. No one has hand fetishes.
Oh, that's
hands
interesting.
Yeah.
I've always wondered why there are foot fetishes.
It's also, I like feet. Like, I'll suck on a girl's toe or kiss her feet, and they're like, do you have a foot fetish? I'm like, nah. It's like that Kevin Gates interview where they're like, hey, do you have like a fetish with eating butt? He's like, no, I do it like 10% of the time, but y'all are making it like my whole repertoire. Yeah. And like, for me, it's like, if I just suck a girl's toe, she's like, you have a foot fetish. I'm like, I've also kissed your mouth. Do I have a mouth fetish? I'm like, it's not really.
Can I put that in my Bumble mouth fetish?
That's what I mean. It's like if I spend 5% of my kissing time on your feet, I don't think that constitutes a fetish.
Yeah, you're like doing like lap timers of different parts of the body. Like,
yeah. I don't stay in one department too long. Yeah. Dude, you were talking about when you were 15 and being late to take the showers, and I also remember we didn't know each other when in high school, but you wrote an article about it. It was really compelling about how your dad made you wear a specific outfit every day to school.
Yeah, my dad was my the vice principal of the high school I went to. I went to like a big public high school in central Wisconsin, and I didn't like that one bit because he's a good guy. I just saw him. We're on great terms, but he made me do a lot of shit in high school I didn't want to fucking do. And one of those things was I had a one-man dress code. It was a public high school, so you could wear whatever you wanted as long as like covered the right parts of your body, but not me. I had to wear a tie to school every day.
Really?
Yeah, every day.
Wow.
But he didn't. It had nothing to do with like he wanted me to like look like anything in particular. He's not like a Dapper Dan kind of like snazzy dresser guy. He just had it in his mind that like a tie meant like success or something.
Interesting.
So I'd wear like short sleeve, like bad JCPenney dress shirts, like a clip-on tie, cargo shorts, and sneakers. Like I did not look like John Hamm. Like and if anything, it's pushed me further away from like dressing nicely because I don't want to like. I like same thing with like why I have like long shaggy hair and stuff. I'm like I don't.
Yeah.
Now that it's up to me, I'm gonna go so far in the other direction.
Dude, that same thing happened to me. Like after college, my dad was like, he's like, you need to cut your hair, you need to go buy some sweaters, some khakis. You're a professional now. And I did it for a little bit because I was like, all right, yeah, I'm out of college. Like, time to stop partying so much. And then about a month into it, I just burned them all. And I just let my hair grow long. I was like, this isn't me, Dad. And he was like, that was a test.
That's hilarious.
Did you really burn it?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Because he's very kind of a 50s mindset where he's like, you get a short haircut, you dress crisp, and you let people know that you're a professional.
Yeah, like a firm handshake guy. Like,
Right, yeah. And, yeah.
And our dads would probably be homies.
Probably, yeah. I can see that.
My dad's probably never said the word homie out loud, but he'd be homies with your dad.
Same with my dad.
Yeah.
And you kind of double lifed it, right? Like you were valedictorian, but you also like partied hard, but kind of.
Yeah,
The second part
my
was.
parents aren't gonna listen. Right?
I don't know. They
well,
might.
my brothers
Yeah.
will. I don't care. I love my brothers, but they already know everything. No, I don't think my dad's ever listened to a podcast in his life. Yeah, no, I was a bad boy. I was like, I have my trophy because I just came back from visiting them. I have my valedictorian trophy just on the floor of my room right now. I feels too weird to throw it out, but I don't.
You can't throw that out. That's amazing.
But yeah, but like setting it on my dresser
Yeah, that might be too
as
much.
like a 30-year-old man.
Yeah.
Like it's like better things should have happened to me in the time since.
I think it's visible, but only in the closet. You know.
If I needed to
cool.
pull it out, it's like a time when I need to like remind myself of my peaks. And if in my valleys, I'll pull it out and be like.
Yeah, I think you need to have it in a place where people will like stumble upon it.
Yeah.
So be like, what is that? And
It's
you're
like this big too. Not to like nitpick whoever made these trophies, but like I was valedictorian. Shouldn't like you get like runner up in a pickup basketball tournament. You get a trophy like
It's a
this
2-footer.
fucking big.
Yeah.
I should have had one that like I can like a Christmas tree. Couldn't have been. Like,
So it's a tiny dinky trophy.
yeah, it's like this big. I think it, and they gave the same one to all the other. Like highest honors kids. Mine wasn't distinguished as like the number one, which
Interesting.
I don't think about. I don't care about that.
But if we're talking about it, yeah, they messed that up.
Oh, but yeah, no, I like very stupidly tried to like go out, like sneak out every night. I loved sneaking out. I loved being mischievous and like. Basically, I like being underestimated. That like, oh, this nerd doesn't party, or oh, this party guy isn't smart. Like, just living in that.
Being able to do both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling Chad, of all the people I've ever known, you're probably the best I've ever known at partying and then being 100% at work the next day. I used to be able to do that, and I've just lost my capacity for it.
I have no interest in doing that much anymore, but it is a compliment. I'll take the compliment because. It's like willpower sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a few nights like that when we worked together in production where we'd like just stay up all night raging and then come to work the next day.
That was like you got to claim back your hour. Like if they take 16 of your hours from you, you have to be like wild with your other 8 you get. Like,
right.
I like that mentality.
Yeah. But it does make you not like I guess not bad at your job, but it doesn't make you better at your job.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. I don't think I was better because of the partying. Yeah. But I felt cooler.
Yeah, would you say you're enjoying life more in that mode?
Right now, or
No, like when, on those times when you would party a lot and then you'd be going into work and it's sort of like, would you say, would you sort of think like I'm using my time efficiently, or would you regret the party?
No, that's a very, like, that's too second level of a thought. I was like, in the moment, like, I want to be doing the best at work because I'm at work, and the second you get off, like, I don't want to think about work. I want to be having the most fun I can possibly have.
Yeah.
But you got to build in transition times. Like, your body and your brain can't just, like, flip like that. Like, you need to just, like, sleep to move between those.
Yeah, I crashed super hard. Yeah. Like, life crashed from just pushing it too hard. Yeah.
But we're all thriving.
We're all doing great. Yeah. Life's good.
But I would never do that on a show where, like, I wasn't doing anything other than, like, moving tables and chairs around. Like, this is back in the early days when my value was, like, not crashing trucks. Like that was the to be the best PA on set, you had to like literally just be competent and be where you needed to be. Like,
that's something else I loved about you though, or love about you, is that you're like competitive in a really healthy way, but you always wanted to be the best. Like I remember, you went to Notre Dame, you're valedictorian in your high school, you're like a super intellectually and academically accomplished person, you're super smart when you talk to you. And then you were a delivery guy at Domino's, and you were like so jacked that you were the top delivery guy there.
Yeah, I kind of didn't care, and then they started putting the rankings up on the wall.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not going to lose. There's going to be like an official document on the wall that says you're like better at this job than me. Yeah, so I started like sprinting up the doors, and like, I liked that job. I was only there like 6 months, but I kind of got away with never having to do any of the like hard closing stuff. I didn't really even have to make pizzas. I just delivered.
Did they ever give you any like high profile clients? They're like, you've got Papa John on this run. We need you to perform.
Oh no,
like we got Toby on this one. No, put Reggie on that one.
No, but this is when I was a pizza driver. Is when I was in Austin. When me and a couple buddies moved there after college to just like quote unquote like figure it out, which just meant like doing shrooms and delivering pizzas and
playing a lot of basketball too. You were ripped. Yeah,
I played more like one-on-one basketball in like, Austin Heat all summer against my friend Joey, and we had a very contentious we'd love each other but like carry a lot of emotional weight, like who won those games and stuff. When I need to like feel really good about myself, the moment I call upon is in Austin playing on those pickup courts. This one kid, just like who knows where he actually lived or how old he was, like just like a hang out at the court kind of kid. He started calling me Hercules. So I was like, I had like long hair, I was in good shape. I'm like this kid's right. I am Hercules.
That's awesome.
You're honorable too, because when we would play at Poinsettia Park, we were playing pickup, and fights always break out there. And this kid like is just talking shit the whole game. He's calling fouls on people. And at one point, him and Reggie get into a disagreement. And Reggie's like the chillest guy ever. He's like not doing anything. And then the guy goes, "Man, you fucking knocked that ball out. You're fucking lying." And then Reggie just snaps, turns to the guy, walks him down, and goes, "Don't call me a liar."
Yeah, I don't even know like what the next thing I would have done was, but it
sent the message though. He backed down.
If your baseline is low enough that any like, I like to stay even keeled, like you're saying, and that way any deviation from that has meaning.
Yeah, it's more impactful if you don't. Yeah, because I'd never seen you do that before. Yeah, you were always like so like easygoing about everything. But I was like, "Boo, boy, don't call Reggie a liar." I get it though. It's annoying when you're playing pickup basketball and people think you're like cheating when you're not. It's hurtful.
It feels like platonic too, because did you touch the ball or not? It's not like, did you mean to hurt that person with that foul? Like, I'm like, no, I didn't fucking touch the ball. Like,
right.
You're creating a reality that isn't true.
Yeah.
I was just getting back into pickup when like we had to shut all down. It's so fun. I played with your brother, played with Dustin. It's a good time.
Yeah, Dustin, the luxury. Bet top free throw shooter in Texas his senior year of high school.
That's like how I introduced him.
Does Chris have the same intensity as JT on the court?
Chris is he's good at like spacing and passing, and he'll
Cutting.
take his reverse layups and make them when he needs to make them.
Mhm.
He's a good teammate. Yeah, like
He's a better player than me. I'm probably a little more intense, like verbally or emotionally, but he's just as competitive. He's just a little more quiet about it. Yeah. I'm a little bit, you can like feel it coming off me. With my brother, it's more of like a quiet, cool.
No,
Yeah.
because I played with JT I guess it was last winter.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, you're a fucking firecracker on the court. I was just like, it was just like a, you know, it wasn't even like it was just like a casual game, but he was fucking
Pat Beverly
putting the
over here,
ball in the hoop.
I'd D up, yeah. Because I'm like, where do I make my contributions? Where am I a value add? I'm like on defense.
Intangibles.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Pick dudes up full court and pick up, and people just like lose their minds. You're like, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just trying to help. Yeah, I'm just trying to help. I know
I'm
it's
annoying.
annoying.
I know. Yeah, it's good that I'm annoying you for my team. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And then it raises the intensity of the whole game. Probably leads to more fights because that's. Were you there when I almost got in a fight where that dude wanted to fight me?
I probably was it the one where he said he had a gun? Or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before that, when he was like, fight me, and I was like, I'm not gonna fight you. And he's like, fight me, and I was like, let's go. And then I went up to him, and to like try and seem tough, I started punching myself in the jaw, and I was like, let's go, dude. And I was punching myself, and then him and all of his friends started laughing, and they all started hitting themselves in the jaw, going, oh, oh. I was like, fuck, man. It really took the wind out of my sails. I was like, I'm over this shit. We're leaving. Yeah. And then they were like, we have a gun, and I was like, no, we're leaving. Yeah.
They said they had a gun?
Someone, the main guy didn't say a gun. His friend, who was like on this, who was kind of a rabble rouser. I don't know if he was being honest. Was like, he'll get his gun.
Really?
And, yeah. Gonna
Yeah.
thrash him. That court always gets spicy like that, though.
Yeah, it's 90 or not. I don't know what percentage. I believe 50% of pickup basketball fun is the people watching. I think.
Right. Yeah, I love watching. I haven't played in forever,
Yeah,
but I'd love to go there and watch.
I'd love to do like a anthropology of the like types of guy who fucking show up there.
Yeah, JT said you're really into anthropology, right? And like gorillas?
Yeah,
There's like two things you're passionate about?
I studied. That's what was my major in college. Purely because it interested me, and I was like, oh, math is hard. I was like, high school math was fine, I guess. So in college math, you gotta like try and.
You really gotta invest your time.
Yeah, I wanted to be an engineer when I started college because I was like, you just get to do like sick Lego sets all the time. That's what I thought. I was like,
dope.
I'm gonna build Millennium Falcons all day. It didn't last long, but anthropology rules. It's like digging up shit and like monkeys and like languages, and I'm using it a lot right now in this research job because we're world building.
Can you explain what world building means?
So, you know, like the Game of Thrones universe or the Star Wars universe has a canon or like an almanac you can buy that has kind of like, these are the different planets in this universe, or these are the different like peoples and where they live, and the maps and the like culture. It's like building a fake cultures from scratch, like filling that all in. And a lot of that usually happens before or after, retroactively, after a movie exists. It's like just kind of compiled by the art department or whatever. But for this project, the company's doing a cool thing where we're trying to provide the writer with build the world and then write a story within it. Kind of.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And what was the line of? What was the track of? What was your thought train before I had you explain that?
I don't remember. I did take these out of my pocket though. Do you guys want a friendship bracelet?
Yeah, and you almost brought
yeah.
smelling salts, right?
Well, I want pick your favorite color because there's like 6.
Dude, I'll for sure rock that.
no.
Chad's already got some bracelets too.
Yeah, I got this one. They were lasting me like a week each, and then this one's now lasted me like 6. You just buy friendship bracelets on Amazon. You don't have to make them. It's
So,
cool.
do each one of those friendship bracelets, are those for a specific friend?
They're for. Well, I
On your
don't want to
wrist, I mean.
presume. Oh, I only have one.
Oh,
This is a Tony Soprano gold chain.
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm also wearing the gold necklace.
I was gonna ask you, what do you guys think is the most comprehensive?
I got one for Aaron too.
Yeah, I think I'll take like the yellowish one.
What do you think is the most comprehensive world that's ever been built?
Thank you.
In
Cinema?
lit or cinema, yeah, or television.
In lit, it's got to be Lord of the Rings.
Right.
In television, maybe because there's so fucking much of it, Star Trek or something like that.
Whoa, you go Star Trek over Thrones.
There's just like hours of continuity. There's
Right.
like multiple shows. I mean, I don't know what I like more is probably Thrones, and
But the body of work with Star Trek is so expansive. Yeah.
I don't know how much of that logically I'm not a Trek guy. I don't know if it's as impressive as it seems, but
What about for you?
I've honestly never watched Star Trek. Yeah, I think Thrones. Star Wars. I mean,
Yeah, Star Wars is amazing.
Yeah, I mean they have Endor. They have all those different worlds.
The Force.
The Force.
what,
And then all the books. I mean, does Star Trek have a bunch of
novelizations?
literature?
and
Yeah,
stuff? Probably.
I don't know.
Aaron, what do you think? Harry Potter?
No, I think he's right that it's Lord of the Rings for sure. I mean, they have several languages just devoted
Right.
to that.
And you can learn how to speak Elven, right?
I mean, you can. I won't. I
If you're like a
refuse.
freaking cool dude.
Yeah.
Very
If you
carefully.
really want to get laid.
I feel like that would help you get laid. Like, if you went up to a girl and you were like, I speak 2 languages, she's like, which 2? You're like, English and Elven from Lord of the Rings. I don't know. I'd want to sleep with that dude.
Would you rather speak? What are is Orcish a fully developed language? What are?
What the orcs speak?
The Black Tongue of Mordor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Star Trek has a language, right?
Yeah, Klingon.
Klingon.
and
Klingon.
Yeah.
Right.
Great words. Klingon.
Klingon.
Yeah.
Those are jobs that are related to what I'm doing. Those like fake linguists who
Really?
just build languages from. Yeah,
That's cool.
it's cool. It's definitely like I don't know what it benefits ultimately,
Right.
other than like being kind of interesting. I guess
Yeah.
it allows the grammar to just sound real or something.
And I think it allows people can feel the realness in it, and it lets them go deeper into the world and spend more time there. That's when you get like that Avatar thing where like people are like, I want to live on that planet. I don't want to be on Earth anymore. Like people really want to.
Yeah, Avatar.
They
2
want it to be real.
in production.
Yeah, it's been going for years, right?
Is it 2 and 3?
I
Yeah.
think they're block shooting. I saw one still. They're all like in a pool of like green screen pebbles or something.
Mhm.
But it's funny. The biggest movie of all time. What Sam Worthington? Who? What is
Yeah.
Yeah. What? And he was in the like myths one where he like fights like the Cyclops and stuff.
Wrath of the Titans and all that
Right,
stuff.
yeah.
Clash of the Titans.
But
those
yeah,
two.
other than that, he kind of is.
He's disappeared.
Yeah.
I always think the acting in those movies is the toughest. If you're like in a Wrath of the Titans and you're playing a Greek god and you have to pretend like you're summoning a Hydra, like how do you do? Like it's easier to pretend like your wife just left you. I'm like, no, I can kind of figure out how to be sad. I've been through a breakup.
Yeah.
But just sit there and just go, here, let me get straight into the camera.
Yeah. I wonder if there's.
Dude, your face looked good in that.
Shake it a little.
Yeah.
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 You know who I think I think Fassbender in X-Men First Class was the best I ever saw. Yeah, when he's doing his metal telekinesis, that was like, I was like, that is how you do it. That is how you move metal with your brain.
You know how Rob Hubel came on here and was talking about how there's like gun guys that tell you how to hold guns?
Yeah.
Like there should be like a Scarlet Witch lady or guy who's like, no, like aim your
You want your hands above the
vibes.
midline. Yeah, we go above the chest when we're going for a death strike.
This is an underhand spell. Like,
Yeah.
Don't lock your elbows.
That's a funny sketch. Like acting like one of those people and like going onto like a film set or something and fucking with the actors. And be like, no, if you're gonna do a telekinetic burst, we typically like to come from a high guard. The actor's like, okay, yeah. Joaquin Phoenix is like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, the director's like, who is that?
Have you seen anything good lately? What's your favorite thing you've watched lately?
I was texting you about it. I watched it twice this week because when I like something, I just I'm like, I would sit down with my roommate. I'm like, watch this movie I like. But Harsh Times, the
Dude,
David
yeah.
Ayer. I didn't know it existed like 10 days ago, but it's Christian Bale is like a burnout ex Green Beret, just like it's like Uncut Gems. He's just like spiraling, making bad decision after bad decision, getting fucked up.
Yeah, they call him the Blanco.
You know what his name is in the movie? It's Jim Davis, which is
Really?
also the name of the guy who wrote like Garfield existed in 2005.
Oh, that's the guy who wrote Garfield?
Yeah,
That's
Jim
hilarious.
Davis.
Wow.
Not as in the news as Scott, whatever, Dilbert, that guy.
What'd that guy do?
He just got married to like a 23-year-old, and he lives in like a castle shaped like Dilbert's head, and he's a really big Trump guy.
How old is
Really?
he?
He's like in his 50s.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where does he live?
I think like Big Sur or something. I'm not sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's he literally has like a turret shaped like Dilbert.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. It's funny that his whole thing is he made comics that are famous for about like mundanity, and now he's like a big loud vocal guy.
Eccentric.
Right.
Yeah. I going back to Avatar, I heard that's the coolest Disney ride at the moment.
Oh, really?
In Disney World, in the Animal Kingdom, you go on the Avatar ride, people say it's life changing.
Because
And in the Imagineers doc, they were talking about when they made it, and you can tell James Cameron seemed a little bit difficult to work with because he helped them on it, you know. And he's like, I thought it was too fast, you know. It was like too jarring and too fast. I wanted them to slow it down, and we met somewhere in the middle. So I think everyone was pretty happy. And I was
Right.
like, oh, dude, that must have been brutal.
Yeah, he seems like a difficult dude. He tells
Yeah.
a story about pulling a gun on a producer that was like a prop gun. Like
Yeah.
they were asking him to like cut a movie, and he's like, so then I pulled out the prop gun. I said, oh, really? You want me to cut it?
Yeah.
And he tells this story like it's like a charming story. I'm like,
Yeah.
James, you sound like a fucking lunatic. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tortured his cast on, or not cast, crew on Titanic so much that they infamously, someone dosed the like lobster that was set out for the whole crew with LSD, and like 60 people started tripping on
What?
the Titanic
Oh, yeah,
set.
I heard that.
And he was
yeah.
aware of that?
I think he ate some of it too. Like he didn't. It was like
Oh,
a
he wasn't behind
retribution
it,
of
though.
like fuck
Right.
this set. Like you guys are underpaying us or something. It was some. It definitely wasn't just like it'd be cool to. I mean, it's cruel. It shouldn't happen. But
Right.
I'm sure it was like a protest against some. Is shoot down in Mexico. I bet you paid laborers not very much in the 90s.
Right.
But that ride you're talking about. Have you seen the YouTube videos of the animatronics they have on it?
Yeah.
It moves. It shouldn't move that smooth.
I know.
It's like fluid arm movement.
Yeah,
I don't know how a robot doesn't go like, like it's like this.
Whoa.
Yeah, some of the robotics they've got going on there are pretty insane. But yeah, it looks totally realistic. Apparently, I haven't been, but and then like, they're making a Spider-Man thing, I guess.
Yeah, we're
And they're-
against that.
Yeah, for sure. But they were showing some of the robots they were testing about how they launch them in the air and they do these aerial, moves, like all these flips and stuff, and like.
Yeah, they're replacing stuntmen. They like can
Yeah.
like spin better than anybody.
Right.
On these, and you just like put them in a suit.
Yeah, and you just launch them up.
That's
They just-
amazing.
Have you seen-
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a big like trapeze artist thing or something.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like the guy from iRobot just getting like.
It does look like the iRobot guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that dude just like with his weird look on his face.
Yeah.
Like that creepy, pleasant look.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if robots will be able to do regular faces too. If they'll be like less awkward than us.
You
You
can-
know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Whoa, they're like constantly getting like vibed out by us. They're like, get these weirdos.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
these humans are acting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they'll sound smoother than that. They'll be like, these humans are acting uncomfortable.
Like, dude, why are you so nervous?
Yeah.
We
They'll
should just
always
get
know what
rid of
face to
them.
make.
Like
Yeah.
the chillest robot apocalypse.
Yeah.
We should get
Yeah.
rid of these guys with bad vibes.
Yeah. Dude, just bail.
They just kick us out of parties we want to be in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Later, dude.
Like, hey, what are you guys doing tonight? He's like, I'm just gonna be home alone. I don't want to. I'm busy. And you're like, all right. See you guys."
Yeah. The robots won't kill us. They'll just be cooler than us and won't want to hang out with us.
Dude, that would be a hilarious apocalypse.
Yeah. That's kind of like the ending of Her. She just
Yeah.
bails on him with the
Yeah.
other AI.
And the apocalypse happens because no one bones anymore because the robots are too cool.
Yeah.
And so they're like, You got like we're just not cool enough to bone.
You're right, dude, and that's a good transition too, because we read about the boning crisis.
Right.
There's a massive epidemic in the world called coronavirus, but there's another massive problem. People aren't boning. Japan's population is going to be halved in like 50 years.
Yeah, I'm one of them. It sucks.
You're not boning?
No, who would I mean,
You bone.
shut up. No, I think it makes sense. Like, people wait for security, and there's
Yeah.
not a lot of security out there.
I went out with you like 4 months ago, and you hooked up with someone. I was outside, like I was sad at the time. I was smoking a cig. I came in, and Reggie was just making out with some lady on the
Oh,
dance
nice.
floor. Yeah.
I never figured out what her, what like Eastern European country she was from.
Oh, she wasn't. Right.
I don't have an ending to that story. She had an accent. It was very nice.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting when you hear about that, like the population decline, because you just assume you're like, oh, this is a good thing, you know, less like pollution, less. But I guess it could really mess up the economy,
Right.
which
Yeah, we need purchasing power from all these.
Well, it's gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna
New
be
bodies.
everyone's gonna be old at the hangout. Like, there's
Right.
Right.
The demographics are gonna push, so like very few young working people are gonna have to support a bunch of old, like
yeah,
like I don't know that it's bad or good. It seems good that you're not just infinitely growing, because that wouldn't last. But
Yeah.
I also think like going down feels like for
Yeah.
like losing or something.
Yeah, it's weird that
Yeah.
both are a bummer.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
a long time, I thought the problem was that we were getting too big, and now
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, now we're getting too small. That's almost sadder.
Yeah.
It feels more like human to be growing too much and to be using too much. Not the opposite feels like antithetical to our hard wiring.
yeah. It's like, will we shrink so much that we will lose interest in going to Mars and then the other places?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
like our ambitions will dip.
Yeah, like astronauts will be like, I have too much space here. Like, I have like acres. I don't need to go.
Right.
It's just a thought.
No, it's a good call. If you live in a cramped apartment, you're like, yeah, I want to get out of here. Yeah. But if you have the whole apartment to yourself, you're like, I'm
Yeah.
kind of chilling.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you live in Manhattan, I'm sure a part of you's like, I just want to go fucking Mars.
Yeah.
You know, but if you have a pretty sick penthouse.
I think that's like what the Elon Musk's like, let's go live on Mars thing. It's like he almost wants Earth to turn dystopian or something, like,
Yeah.
so that he can be the guy who figured out how to
Right.
like it's a letdown. Like, it's not a good movie if like everyone just like stops overpopulated and like
Yeah.
chills out. Like,
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Churchill wouldn't have been a good peacetime leader. So he kind of, was there like a little part of him when he was like saying Hitler was bad that he was like, I hope Hitler's bad because I know I can fucking step up and stop him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like, you want the moment to match your disposition.
maybe that's why I was gonna say Hitler. Maybe that's why Elon Musk. Maybe that's why Elon Musk is like developing like AI and the brain thing. So fuck us up, and he's like, oh crap, why don't we go to Mars?
Right.
You know?
The robots took over. We're like, you
Yeah.
built the robot. You invited all the schmoles over who ruined the party. Yeah.
No, that was Johnny Depp.
it's
Yeah.
all a scheme to get the girl to come home with you. It's
Yeah.
to go back to your Mars apartment.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that with Johnny Depp? That it looks like he's being exonerated from a lot of the initial charges about him mistreating Amber Heard. And then one of the stories that they're using as like evidence is that she shit on his bed.
Dude, yeah, there's photos. I saw the photos.
There's photos of it. And then he laughed about it when they asked him, and he said, "Yeah, I called her Amber Turd for a while." or
He did?
something. Yeah, I think
That's
He's been
hilarious.
so funny and relatable. This whole, like, the things that have come out that have tried to make him look bad are like him like sleeping on the floor with ice cream spilled on his lap. I'm like, oh, like tuck him in, Amber. Like,
Yeah, it's all like he's a little pathetic, and then
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, he's doing his best, and he's a little sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get all my news from this just text thread I have with my dogs. I don't know if I'm fully informed enough to comment on it, but it seems like she is the.
That's true. That's a good point. I don't really know. Yeah. And then we read one other article about Harper's wrote this article about how free speech is kind of being infringed on, and how a lot of like public intellectuals and authors don't feel comfortable stating their feelings on stuff because they think there's forces of a liberalism gaining strength in America. Reggie, you're shaking your head. You don't agree?
It's just shut up. Like, I don't. It's complaining. You have more money than me. You are talking about not having a voice in a letter where you have a platform that I don't have. Like, you're doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
What? I'll engage with someone about a specific, like, I shouldn't have been canceled for X, Y, or Z. But an open letter against the idea of being mad at people, or like, what do they want? Like,
I don't know, but it's a lot of big writers on here, and a lot of people who
I know,
are
Noam
pretty
Chomsky.
rational.
What are you doing, Noam? Like,
Yeah, and it's not people from one political perspective. It seems to cross the gamut.
it's very easy to sign something. I'll say that, but I don't know who wrote it. I don't know who the.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about too. But for all of them to agree to it, you know, and I don't know. Maybe I don't think these people would sign it without thinking it through.
Well, so engage me then. What needs to change that they're right about? Like, what?
I would think that they want it to be more open forums of communication where just because someone, and you know, there's obviously extremes where you don't follow this kind of philosophy, but like they don't want people to be not allowed in the door to talk about that. I might be misrepresenting it too, but I think they want people who are wrong to be able to talk about their wrong ideas and have those wrong ideas battled out against other ideas without as much fear of losing their job or being deplatformed or just being a punching bag for the public at large. Which I guess I know why people are like, hey, don't be so sensitive. Like, you say something, you got to face the repercussions. But I do think that maybe we've gotten to a moment in time where it's a lot more heightened than it used to be, just because of the tools at our disposal and just because of the overall emotional temperament of the country.
Right, but I agree with everything you said. But what are they mad about? Like, who's canceling? Who's stifling? Are they mad about? Like, they don't. Is it J.K. Rowling getting yelled at on Twitter? Like, what bad things are happening to them?
I don't know if it's that one. Maybe like Jonathan Franzen, like when he got in trouble like years ago for saying
They're
some
not
like.
talking about something from years ago. They signed this letter.
Well, no, but it's all build up, you know. That's just the one I can come up with off the top of my head.
But
yeah.
we have to stretch. Like, if they're not advocating for like arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, like that's like a do something because something bad happened. This just feels like a general airing of like. It feels like you're all being like annoying to us, like,
right?
But it's not addressed to anyone other than like
to the general public.
Culture.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I could write an open letter that's like people need to chill out about like wearing stuff I don't like. Like stuff bugs me.
But you think they need to be more pointed in like what the solution is, or more pointed in what the problem is?
100%.
Yeah.
That's why it's interesting to me, because it feels like they're railing against like something they heard about, not anything that's actually like happening to them.
But I think I agree with you that like it could have been a bit more specific, but it was probably hard to get so many people to sign something and then get deep into the weeds on it, because I'm sure there's a lot of nuanced disagreement between them. But I just keep going back to the fact that for them to all just sign this, like a lot of these people are really thoughtful people. I think they must be feeling scared. You know what I mean? And it's interesting that these people would be scared.
You should be scared. Like,
right.
But they're rich and famous. Like, what are they? They're scared of losing their fame and money, right? Or they're
losing friends, even. I think.
Sure. So like I said, if I'll engage with any one of them about any one thing that they said that someone told them they shouldn't be allowed to say.
Right.
Because that's a conversation. But saying the world is mean, or like the world is too like eager to contradict our thoughts is like the vaguest. Like, you would get a D on that paper in college because it doesn't have a thesis. Like.
Right.
Yeah, I sort of viewed it as they're scared of where society's headed. Like, it'll get so like if we don't pump the brakes on the sensitivity, then it'll get so drastic that people will be afraid to sort of speak their mind, I guess.
Yeah, and I think a lot of good work will get shut. Like, I know, like, David Epstein, who wrote The Sports Gene, like, there was some stuff that he put in that book that was, you know, scientific data, but that had, like, racial implications. And he said when he wrote that book that there was scientists who had made those discoveries who didn't want to publish that data because they were worried about how it would lead to people perceiving them, even though they were just, you know, using standard scientific procedure to get there. So I don't know. I think that's kind of scary. Like, maybe there's implications that I'm not even aware of, but obviously that's not put in here. So I'm extrapolating that out from my own kind of interpretation.
I would definitely agree that no scientist who did his or her experiment the right way should ever feel like stifled from releasing something they believe to be true into the world. That's fucked.
But they are afraid. And look, there might be bigger problems in the world than that.
There's a million bigger problems.
Yeah, but it is interesting that these people are.
Well, like,
you know,
what I want to sympathize with people who have beefs with the man. Like, I'm an underdog rooting guy. Go Clippers.
But you think these are all the favorites complaining about
like perceived ref bias after they won the championship?
title.
Yeah.
So they're not going to win their 13th title and they're butthurt about it, and you're like, you've already won 12
But they haven't even
titles.
played the season. Like, they're like, we might not win our 13th title. Like, they're like, it's all hypothetical.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I sort of view it as they're not really looking out for themselves so that they don't get canceled in the future. I think they're sort of trying to protect the future intellectuals.
I agree too. Or like the young bucks who they see
Yeah.
have potential, but might not like fully develop because they just don't see the benefit of it.
Yeah.
They don't think that their ideas, if they're at all outside the norm, will be received in a way that's like fair or conducive to them learning more.
And you think the current system is optimally designed to promote like voices fairly, like that everyone who's
No, but it's not like
that it's even like meritocratic at all, like
somewhat. I mean, there's a lot of it that needs to be fixed. I do think sometimes. I mean, I think most of these people are pretty talented. The ones that I recognize, at least. I can't say most, but like, you know, I don't think Steven Pinker's.
he was on the Epstein Island like 4 or 5
I didn't know
times.
that. Was he really?
Yeah, he's in the specific testimony of like named victims are like, Steven looked like a wacky old scientist. Like,
Steven Pinker was there?
yeah,
Jeez.
he definitely was not doing something.
All right, well, I only know him from his more like sociological work and how he says the world's actually a pretty good place. So I hope he's not molesting kids, because that would contradict a lot of what was in his books. But on his writing talent, I thought he was a solid thinker.
Was Noam Chomsky there?
No, I think he's a good guy. I think
I
he's
know.
old, and I think someone sent him an email and he clicked on the wrong button.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think this system's perfect. But I think, you know, there's multiple ways to try and improve the system. I just think just because there's other issues doesn't mean this issue isn't like an issue.
Sure. Well, it's an issue because the letter was written. Like, would we be talking about unfair voice amplification? Like, I don't. The letter is the creating the cultural conversation about this issue.
Right. Which is helpful.
Which it makes a bunch of people go like, what do I believe about this?
Right.
But it's just too hypothetical. Like, I don't.
Well, they might have even been scared to say what the examples were, because then it would like reduce the thing. People would just dismiss it based off that.
There has to be a point where you have to get like, you have to be like, I should be allowed to say that I think this thing that I know a lot of people don't think.
Right.
Like, just say that. Like, fight for the thing you want to say. Don't fight for this abstraction.
Right.
Like, it feels a little.
They're being too scared in the thing about fear.
Yeah. I sort of read that too, of how they're kind of like, they're very much like, look, we're left, we're on your side. Like,
Right.
we hate Trump. Like, just
Right.
reiterate that like 10 times throughout it.
Yeah.
The discourse is so far past that. People are just like psychos. Now you don't.
But I see, I read that as the proof being in the thing. It's like they're even scared to say what they're feeling. They're so scared. They're like, hey guys, we just want you to know we're afraid. They're like, afraid of what? They're like, nothing.
Of change.
Yeah. Oh, so you think that they just see that the conversations, that they'll be like obsolete or something like that? Or that they'll be rendered
That's what it
mute?
reeks of fear of no one's gonna buy my next book.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't think Chomsky's worried about that.
That he's one of many, and I've forgiven him already 3 times for being on this.
Yeah, I don't think David Brooks is worried, or Martin Amis, the guys I know. I don't know. All those people they're long in the tooth, and they're pretty well established.
I'll talk to any one of them about it. I just don't. It feels like a bunch of neighborhood like busybodies put a letter on my door that's like, it would be nice maybe, we're cool, we don't mind your parties, but if maybe you like thought about how late you partied. Like,
Right, but what time are you partying
Just like,
till?
come fucking talk to me about it.
Well, how gnarly are your parties, too?
I mean, that's the thing. Tell me what thing is too much. Like,
Right.
Tell me where I've overstepped and engage with me that way.
Right, but get specific.
Don't just like be. They're like, we should say something. I don't want to.
But that would kind of scare me. If I went to like tell someone like, hey man, if you could, the neighborhood decided we just like, yeah, and he's like, what part of the parties is bothering you? I'd be like, it's all good, dude. I'd be like, rage however you want, man.
You wouldn't root for that character in that movie?
I don't know. It depends what the parties were like, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron, what do you think?
Look, here's my open letter to those guys. Don't read your comments.
Exactly.
Right.
Don't
Like,
be so.
that's- Yeah, it seems like they're just
Fragile.
anti-criticism. It's like,
Yeah.
well, there might be something they can learn from that criticism.
And you know who gets the most criticism? The people with the biggest audiences. Like
Yeah.
the more followers you have, the more people you have saying shit you don't want to hear to you. Like, no one bugs me at all day.
Yeah, I can say, and they're
Yeah.
used to like in the past, who was criticizing them? It was like critics, but critics and writers, they're from the same milieu. Now they're getting criticized by like the regular people who have a voice now to reach them, and so they're probably not accustomed to that. But I also do believe like critics might be a little bit better suited for that. But I can also see how they'd be protecting the ruling class a bit. But I don't know.
You're
Yeah.
usually pretty harsh on critics.
What do you mean?
You're like, you'll like defend a genius who gets called out for like. I'm probably thinking of a couple of very specific things, but
Like who? Like who?
I'm just like AV Club headlines that you thought were like.
Oh yeah, they're trash now though. I mean, I'll talk about that all day. Yeah, they've lost their criticism. Well, because they used to be real substantial critics, and now they're like superficial critics. Now they talk about what's like cosmetically wrong with like the film, rather than actually getting into like the aesthetics of what's wrong with it. And it just doesn't. And maybe that's me being out of time with how things are judged now. But it just doesn't feel like. I don't know, as thoughtful as it used to be. But it could be that SNL thing where I'm just like, you know,
Yeah.
that's when I was young, so it felt more meaningful to me. But I don't know.
They're pretty nice of their Twilight Zone season 2 reviews. So.
I love
Oh,
them.
nice.
Hey, as long as they support my dog, I'm
Yeah.
all in.
Yeah.
And look, if they invited me to something, I'd go.
Were you nervous to read it?
I had my I had expectations, and it came in over my expectations. So I don't think I was nervous, but I was like being probably overly cynical.
Mm.
And then,
Right.
and that I guess it worked. It insulated me that people were like, "Oh, this is pretty good."
Mm-hmm.
And then so you work with Jordan Peele a lot. Well, what's he like?
He's great. I haven't seen him in person in months, but when we were writing the show, he came in every day. The room didn't meet without him. Like, he's a Oscar-winning screenwriter, and it was me, him, and 3 other people in the room for a couple months. That's like surreal. And the surreal part is that he's just like a guy.
Right.
He's got his like hoodie up and hanging out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is there something about him that you could point out that you think makes him such a talented writer, filmmaker?
Yeah, I could tell you my top 5 Mad TV sketches. He's thoughtful. I think I don't even need to go any deeper than that. He's a thinker.
Right.
He doesn't say anything without like chewing on it.
Yeah. And writers' rooms are interesting too because everyone has like their own kind of distinct like value and their own distinct way of like looking at things. Like some people are really good with like the logic of the story, and some people are really good at like character and stuff like that. And then some people talk a lot, and then other people don't.
Yeah,
Some
people just derail the whole thing for 3 hours to talk about like what Trump tweeted or something. Like, that was the most frustrating thing. Without being specific, like a room that's ostensibly gathered to be creative, just go like who all would vote for the same presidential candidate, like being derailed over and over again by someone who's not sure that everyone knows how actually they feel, like over explaining.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it goes back to the like just fucking chill. Like say less is usually the answer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think being in a room and when people bring up I don't know how much I can get into it, but like when people would bring up like politics and it would take like an hour of I'd be so upset.
Yeah, you're looking at your watch.
Yeah, I'm like, who gives a fuck? We're at work.
Yeah, see, I agree with you guys, but I'm prone to those things. Yeah.
Well, I think you should be able to talk about anything and going down on any tangent. But if you're a truly good writer, you should be able to steer those back towards ways that they feed what you're trying to do there that day.
Yeah.
Like you're getting paid fucking money to write. You're not getting paid to hang out and like have the best politics.
Yeah, you have that moment when you're ranting about politics, and then at the end you're like, all right, how do I shoehorn this back into like the second act? And you're like, and that's why I think the characters should react the same way that he did. Yeah. And everyone's like, okay,
Yeah,
maybe.
standing over.
Like, nice shoehorn, douche.
yeah, exactly.
We're at lunch actually, so we gotta wait an hour.
Yeah, you don't finish till lunch. You're like, I got it. I've been talking the whole time. Should we answer some questions?
Please.
I'll cut this, but dude, the girl from Jimmy Tatro's party just texted me, why are you ignoring me? I haven't talked to her in like 2 years.
She commented on your thing, right?
Right, yeah.
Hilarious.
The other night I had a few, and I texted a couple ladies at 1:30 in the morning, just a picture of me giving them the peace sign.
Oh, that's
Really?
smooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get some good feedback?
In the morning, not at the time.
You know what that means?
That they're good people. Right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah. You're hanging out with cool people. They're like, I did that with an ex. I'd text her at like 2 in the morning, then the next day she'd be like, hey, how's it going? And then I'd be like, oh, fuck.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I'd be like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you throwing this back at me so harsh? Yeah. All right. Hey, Chad and JT and Reggie. I'm reaching out to you guys in search of an answer for a highly controversial fashion statement. So let me set the scene. I was walking the beach with some bros and I saw a couple of dimes. So my instinct to approach these women kicked in, and before I even got the chance to catch their digits, they pointed it out to how lame socks and sandals are. I was ridiculed with insults such as, you look like an old man. These insults did damage to my confidence and made me fear trying to catch digits. I was wearing the light brown Birks with black Nike socks. So this begs the question, do you guys think socks and sandals are chill? Thanks. Andy, avid sandal wearer. Huge, dude.
Do you guys fuck around with that?
No, I wouldn't wear socks with sandals. I wear my rainbows just with my bare feet in there. But here's the thing. I think if you can own an uncool choice with confidence, it becomes extra cool because it's the degree of difficulty. It's like in gymnastics, if you're going for an extra hard trick and you stomp it, you get a higher score. So I think you're just putting a burden on yourself to be even cooler. And I dig it, man. I had a rolly, my friend from high school messaged me a couple days ago. He's like, I remember you and your lame rolly backpack when I transferred to a school junior year. I was like, I did that on purpose. So everyone would be like, who's the lame
It's
kid with the rolly
you
backpack? You
remember me, don't you?
Yeah, and they remember. And then I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, but I had a rolly backpack, but I'd have moments of edge too. Yeah.
I get that. He knows what he's doing if he like. He loved that person called him out on it, right?
Yeah, he wanted that. Yeah.
And then now he's writing about. He's like, I'm a socks with sandal guy. Like we're talking about it. Like,
yeah.
You either wear it and don't talk about it, and then it's cool. But like, if you're like trying to start a socks with sandal movement, like there's cooler things to get behind. I think.
Yeah, I think movements happen naturally.
Unless you're into, yeah, let them happen.
Yeah, I think what happened naturally? Like, you know, if you set out to be the, you know, you're just it's too what's the word? Contrived.
Yeah.
Because you're like, all right, I'm gonna be the sandals socks guy. This is gonna be a movement. People aren't gonna know unless you're really really passionate and it's like something you want to die for. You know. I don't know if people are gonna be able to feel that it's genuine enough to hop on board.
I feel that, dude. So you don't think the passion's deep enough?
No.
I need a second reason. Like, he's like, socks with sandals are my thing because I have like weird looking toes and it's the only way I'm comfortable on the beach or something. Like,
Yeah.
Or like they provide warmth while you're simultaneously being
Yeah.
extracurricular at the beach.
yeah, but he didn't defend his position from a like. I get why people don't do it because it looks kind of weird.
Right.
So tell me why you do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good question.
Struggling to kick a habit. What's up, bros? During this time of isolation, I've been smoking much more weed than usual. I've been buying cartridges like crazy and it started to get bad. I'm not a huge fan of these, but I smoke them because I am underage and living with my parents who would not be stoked if they knew I was smoking 2 to 3 times. At the time of this email, I'm officially 8 days clean and I can feel my stoke tanks rising. Nice, dude. However, I cannot sleep for the life of me. It is currently 2:30 in the morning and I'm wide awake. I've been thinking about starting smoking again, but only here and there and only with real bud. None of that concentrated jazz. Should I keep my cleanse going or trust myself to limit myself? I know that it is probably, Jesus, sorry guys. I know that it probably isn't the greatest thing that a high school kid is blazing. Okay, so he's in high school. But when used properly, it really helps with anxiety and depression for me. Thank you so much for your time. You boys have changed my life more than you could ever know. Much love. Also, please keep me anonymous due to the fact that this could hypothetically get me grounded. Martin.
Yeah, dude, I would always, you know, the idea of trusting yourself enough to be responsible and not go overboard, I feel like that always backfires because if that's already in your mind of like, yeah, I think I can control how much I blaze or smoke or whatever, then there's probably some kind of an issue.
Right.
Like, I don't think those thoughts will, if you're like abstaining and you're like, well, I think I'll get back into it and I can control it, then, you know, I'd say I'd probably move towards just sobriety from it.
Dude, I think too, like Dr. Drew says that, like, yeah, weed might be working for you, but there might be a better method to help you with what's ailing you. You know what I mean? Like, you could try, I know you're young and it's kind of tough to do these things, but like meditation, a little therapy, you know what I mean? Even I don't know what kind of over-the-counter stuff is safe for youngsters, but like melatonin or something like that, or just some like peaceful noises that you could play on a sound machine. I would just exhaust other options before I was like, all right, weed's the go-to. And then also, I think I'm not super against smoking weed. I mean, I took a big break from it. I smoked again for like the first time in 7 months, like a week ago. And I had some good times with it. I got hyper anxious too, but I think the people I know who started smoking weed in high school and who were big stoners kind of stopped. Their development kind of stopped there. They never kind of got out of high school, metaphorically. So I think the longer you can kick that stuff down the road and maybe get into it when your brain's fully developed, the better off you're going to be. So yeah, man, I would try to give it a bigger kick, especially when we're in these tough times with quarantine, isolation, and you might not be going back to school. I know that's got to be super stressful for you, dog, and I'm feeling for you. But, you know, just keep talking to us too. Talking's a good way to get through stuff.
Yeah, I think if you're in high school and you can't get to sleep, like something's going. Like, maybe my personal experience is I very easily fall asleep whenever I want, which is nice. I know that not everybody has that, but like if you're 17, like you should be able to go to bed at night.
Right.
Like if you think it's because you don't have weed that you can't sleep, like you should be able to do whatever you want when you're 17. Like
right.
If it's got you there already, yeah, there's something going on. And I smoke weed every day. Like I love it, but
when did you start smoking weed too?
Regularly, not till like early 20s.
Right.
But I agree. If I would have just been doing it back then, it would have like I'm 22 and mentally, like it just pushes pause on where you start. But
And that's like Rogan. Rogan didn't start smoking weed till he was like 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he's gonna be 30 forever.
Yeah.
But also, it like there's other, yeah, like read a fucking book till you get tired or something. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go dribble a basketball for a couple hours. You'll fall asleep after. Yeah, not to underestimate what you're dealing with. I mean, it sucks. Like when I can't go to sleep, it sucks. But it's true too. I didn't run into those issues until I got into my later 20s, and fear of my life not amounting to much was catching up to me.
Yeah, I think he's. It was a 2:30 a.m. email. Like he
was stressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was freaking in the moment. He's like, bro, I can't sleep. What the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah.
He probably did end up smoking weed that night, you know, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he finally fell asleep around 5 or 6.
Yeah, I like. Everyone's got different body chemistries and brain chemistry and stuff, but the more you can like ride raw dog through life, it at least reminds you that that's the like default.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
and,
I love that raw dog through life. That's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll feel better about yourself, and it's just how natural is the wave.
Yeah, but also I like the quarantine of it all. I kind of think people should be smoking more.
Right.
Like the NBA guys in the bubble, they said that they're not going to test him for recreational drugs. I'm like,
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like, think like that. If you're going to take these millionaires and make them live like college freshmen,
Mm-hmm.
like at least let them smoke some fucking weed.
Whoa. Dude, Jen Aniston reposted our video.
What?
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
That's cool.
On
I saw
her, like,
Sarah
on
Silverman.
her feed?
You guys got some big ones on this one. Huh?
Yeah.
Let's see. You gotta slide in those DMs.
What's up, dudes? We're here in Huntington Beach.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mask shortage.
What's her comment?
I love them.
We're here in Huntington Beach to solve the mask shortage. As you can see, no one
I know these guys, Jen.
Team Jen, dude.
We hang out.
All right, last question. I read my girlfriend's diary.
Okay.
you already got a take on it. I think we
Don't
need to-
do that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, we can jump straight to the answer. What up, Stoke Legends and possible guests? I'm a longtime listener and first-time question asker. I'm in a happy relationship of 8 months, and everything is going well. You buying that?
No, well, yeah, because I know people who are self-sabotage. Like things couldn't possibly be this actually good. I gotta needle in there.
Interesting. I was house sitting her place recently while she was away, and I noticed a small spiral-bound book while perusing her dank bookshelf. I opened it and quickly realized it was an old diary of hers. I knew I should have put it back, but due to overwhelming curiosity, I started to read it. I really want this to take like a hot sexual turn.
Is there pictures of the
Like,
pages?
she met a hot Spaniard named Sergio.
Yeah.
It contained her thoughts and feelings, and even some sexual encounters about dudes she was with in her college days. Oh, nice, yeah. Definitely personal stuff. After a few pages, the curiosity was overtaken by shame, and I put the diary back. I'm not a jealous person or anything, and obviously do not care what happened before we met, but I can't help but feeling that I violated her trust by reading the diary while she was away. Do you bros think I should tell her, or just pretend it didn't happen? Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Damn, that's a tough one. It doesn't sound like he's gonna do it again, though, right? It seems like he learned his lesson.
Sorry, I missed it. My head's in the clouds.
He read a diary and didn't see anything bad, but it involved. He now has the guilt of that he did that.
Should he tell her?
Hmm.
And I think it kind of messed with his head, and he's realizing that less history, more mystery is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants to tell her about it. I mean, dude, yeah, tell her. I mean, it
won't go well.
it's not going to go well, but it is the more honorable thing to do. Like, how honorable of a guy do you want to be? You want to be peak honorable? I mean, you fucked up. And hopefully next time the honor comes in before you make the mistake. But yeah, fucking tell her, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to suck.
Like, plenty of guys would have read something actually bad in there, so
Right.
you're lucky.
Yeah, that she's a sweetie. Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff. Do you think you should tell her?
Yeah, I think you should tell her.
Yeah.
There's probably a funny way that you accidentally did it. Like,
I was laying underneath it, screwing something in, and the book literally fell down on my face, straight to the page. Yeah.
Yeah, or you leave your diary out. You try to like
Right, yeah. But
trap her.
if you don't have a diary, just write a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Be like, man, I love my GF so much. She's so awesome. And then just like leave it out.
I hope she never fucking reads this ever.
Yeah.
All right. Chad, do you want to do an ad?
Oh, yeah.
You psyched for basketball?
I'm pretty pumped, dude. Yeah. I'm really curious about what like their lifestyles are like. Like I want to see like if LeBron's in the same like living situation as all the other players. You know what I mean? I mean, we saw the food thing. Like Dustin sent that on the thread.
There's a good account. It's like Bubble Life or something that curates like all the different Snapchats people.
Oh,
post
really?
and stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of wholesome like guys fishing together, playing video games.
That's great.
Building Lego sets, like.
Yeah.
Really-
I'm a little frustrated that they get all these tests with like instant responses and that, you know, the rest of us can't get that kind of access. But look, I mean, it's probably worth it. I want basketball back. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to count it as a full title though. Like if the Bucks win.
It depends who doesn't play. Right now,
Yeah.
everyone who's playing, it would count as full title in my mind.
Even with the Lakers not having Avery Bradley, you don't think that moves the needle enough?
Well, I literally bet some money on the Clippers this year. Like I'm invested.
That's who I would bet on. I mean, you got to bet Kawhi at this point.
That's cool.
Ride the hot hand.
You got to
Yeah.
throw money into it. For
I'm
me, at
wearing, like,
least.
Yeah, Clippers, Montrez, my hat. Your brother and I went in on it with me. Yeah.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
Did you put that action down when you were on your way back?
Oh yeah.
Nice, dude.
All right, guys, I'm here to this podcast to let you know. Ow! Oh, crap! Oh, my dong! Those are the screams I make when I used to cut myself shaving before I knew about Manscaped. That's true. Thank you, Manscaped, for turning my loud shrieks and use of the word crap into multiple peaks of stoke. Because they are trimming your they are pubing your trims, guys. Sorry. But they are pubing your trims, guys. And they are... Guys, I've been at JT's mom's house for the past week, and I'm gonna go home today. And first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shave my nuts. Reggie, have you manscaped recently?
It's been a minute. I was on a road trip. I lost my device. So I have a new one ordered, and it's in transit.
Nice. And is it the highlight of your day when you do it?
No, I'm like it's not a low light either, but I'm like I love procrastinating with tasks, like being a productive procrastinator. So that's one of those tasks for me. I'm like, I trimmed my pubes. I'm not just sitting here like stoned.
I did something today. Yeah.
You can go to bed happy and like watch The Simpsons or whatever and just be like, I did something today.
Yeah. That's the same thing with like having earbuds in while you're doing stuff like that. You're like, I'm learning and I'm doing something.
Right.
Nice. Oh yeah, it'd be nice to listen to some like Russian literature while trimming my balls.
Yeah.
That's like the peak of sophistication.
For sure.
Some Tolstoy.
A little Dostoevsky.
In the
Yeah,
original
just do it.
Russian.
A little ball Skoysamsky.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the ad.
Alexander softball skin.
Yeah, men, start taking notes because it's time to reduce cuts on your nuts. The Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0 has been beautifully designed to reduce these painful nicks and tugs. This is their third generation trimmer. It has advanced skin-safe technology, so you can keep your bad boys nice and smooth. The Manscaped engineering team obsesses over technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience, and they spent 18 months perfecting the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created and just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0. This is premium. And when I tell you this is premium, I mean this is premium. The battery lasts up to 90 minutes so you can take a longer shave. The water-resistant technology allows you to shave in the shower too. One of the coolest features is the LED light, which illuminates grooming areas for a closer and more precise trimming. And let's not forget about the charging stand, guys. Show your mower off loud and proud because this intelligently designed stand is a convenient charging dock powered by USB. So many people have written in stories about the Lawnmower 3.0. I mean, it's changed lives, dudes, and it's going to change yours. Just hop on board, pube those trims, look good, feel like you're a productive member of society, even during the Q-teen. I love it, and then you won't make those screams that you do when you nick your balls, like, oh, crap, jeez, my dong, oh. So use code GODEEPWW at manscaped.com to get 20% off and free shipping. Code GODEEPWW manscaped.com to get 20% off and free shipping. Your balls will thank you.
You.
Hell yeah.
Chad, my lord, who is your beef of the week?
My beef of the week is this Waze once again. I mean, I know I've beefed with them before, but I think it's prudent to bring them up again. I mean, I was driving back from San Clemente, and dude, they were just getting way in the, Waze was getting in the ways.
Yeah.
They're like, they're like, okay, so you're on the 5, and then I want you to get on the 10 East.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird to get to the podcast studio. And I got on the 10 East, and they're like, oh, we just wanted you to take the 10 East so you could go around this short traffic jam on the 5. I'm like, Waze, your shortcuts suck balls, okay? I don't need your shortcuts. I'll stand in the traffic. I don't need to do this roundabout little thing, like on the 15, then back to the 5. It's like I'm too, it's like I'm going through like a maze here, Waze. You're putting me through a maze, Waze, and I don't appreciate it. And you keep, suggesting routes that I just know aren't correct. And when I stick to my guns and I'm like, you guys are wrong, I take the other route, and it's correct. And it's earlier. So just less shortcuts, less crazy-ass left turns, where you're just like, hey, take a left turn where there's no light and no stop sign, and it's 3 lanes across. And you're like, dude, I would rather be at a stoplight than, and be 2 minutes later than try and cross this shit.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take me like 10 minutes to build up the courage to do it.
It's stressful to even have to consider those unprotected lives sometimes.
Dude, thank you. Yeah, so that's my beef.
What's gonna get you to stop using it if you got multiple beefs?
Nothing.
Maybe that's where the beef really comes from, is that you're gonna stick it out with them.
Yeah, because it's a long-term relation, and I tried Google Maps for a while, but then I was just like,
it doesn't feel like you're like getting away with anything.
Yeah.
Google Maps.
Waze is kind of better too. Just the screen looks better when you're following your car on that blue line.
yeah.
I'm a Google Maps guy.
Why?
It's just clean. I think it's simple. They never like dick me around like that, like sending me weird places.
Right.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll find the courage to break up with Waze, but.
Yeah, no. Can you imagine being like an Apple Maps guy though? Or something?
Oh, dude.
Insane.
No. I mean, I've used it on accident sometimes.
Exactly.
I'm just like, what the
You're
hell's
like, well, I
going on
already
here?
clicked it.
Yeah.
Have you ever met an Apple Maps guy?
No.
Yeah, no. Steve Jobs deleted that app off his phone.
Dude,
I knew this one guy who did it, Rodney.
Oh, Rodney the Rod.
Yeah.
when Apple Maps first came out, I took it. I was trying to find. Literally, I had to pick up a cable for an Apple cable that I needed, like a Mac cable, and it took me to a dead end street and told me to get out and walk.
What?
Like, yeah, it told me to walk through like.
It was like mad at you.
Yeah. It was like,
Get out of the car.
Yeah.
Get out of the car and walk in this dark, down this dark side alley of these houses to this UPS hub that's actually up on a hill and I can see it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like those parasites that make like mice unafraid of cats, so they like go get eaten by cats.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So then they can like eat the like microbes inside of the.
They only can reproduce inside cats or something.
Interesting. Reggie, what's your beef of the week?
A big callback. It's with my brother Regis, and this is from something like 6 years ago. It's not exactly the week, but he's never officially apologized to me. He's tried to explain it away as not a big deal, but one time I went home, I think I was in college or just out of college, and went to go play pickup basketball with him and his friends. And he's tall and athletic. He's the better basketball player than me, better athlete than me. But he's my little brother.
Right.
And I'm playing with him and his friends, and they're calling him Reggie. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, he stole my name for a while, is the beef.
Right.
And then he got caught because I just heard his friends calling and Reggie.
Did he feel caught? Like when you called him out for it, did he know? It
He was
a
like, no,
misstep?
they just do that. I don't want them to do that. I was like, you could tell people what to call you. Like this is a compliment, I guess, but like that's my name. Like, you're my brother. Like you can have it whatever name you want, but not mine.
Right. He was on your corner, dude.
Yeah. It felt a little like identity theft.
He was swallowing up your identity. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm like, what do they think my name is? Your friends who I'm playing basketball with right now.
What did they call you?
They didn't really talk to me.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Old Reggie Zero, Reggie Prime.
Aaron, who's your beef of the week?
My beef of the week is with what I have termed Epstein gotchas online. So Sarah Silverman retweeted your guys' no mask video, and that was awesome. And I went into the comments just to see what other people were thinking.
So did I, dude.
That was dumb. And the first person I saw was retweeting a photo they took, a screenshot of an old joke about child molestation that Sarah Silverman made, which she's probably made 100. That's her brand of comedy. And okay, out of context looks awful, but it's Sarah Silverman. She's always been kind of like that. She'll make a terrible joke and then smile and wink and all. You just know, of course she doesn't mean it. And then the person under that screenshotted a tweet of hers that said she wanted to name her child, and this is from 2012, she wanted to name her child Juan Epstein, as though that is somehow connected to Jeffrey Epstein. And so I see this a lot. Like a lot of people try to connect celebrities to pedophilia, and it's just like unless you have evidence, what people tweet is not a thing. And I quickly pointed out to the person, and I called them a mook as well, that's a character from Welcome Back, Kotter, and then attached a GIF of Juan Epstein, the actor who plays Juan Epstein, R.I.P. as well. I didn't do the research. I wanted to actually to see if that might have been the day he died that she tweeted that, but I haven't done that research.
Nice.
But seriously, back off, you trolls. Fuck off. Like,
Yeah, what's that to do with anything she's talking about?
Yeah, people they're connecting dots, and like the board is like the size of the earth. Like you're like, I just don't know how you're doing this.
It muddies the waters for the real villains.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
My beef of the week is with TikTok, the social media platform. I think that there might be kind of insidious goals behind the creators. I think they could be trying to collect data, information, whatever. But really, I just don't have the bandwidth to be on another social media platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of stoked that it might be going down because of geopolitics. So I'm like, you know what? Later, TikTok. I'm almost glad that China was using you to, gain insight into us. As long as that means you're gone, be gone, bro. I don't want to be on another one. People are telling me, they're like, get on TikTok. I'm like, dude, I can't do it. I'm on Instagram too much anyways. I can't be on another one. And I don't understand the dances. The dances suck. What are those dances?
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm betraying my age, I'm a geezer, but I don't know. I'm like, later, dude.
Well, the idea of becoming a TikTok star because you're like dance, they do these like simple,
Yeah.
it's like, it's weird.
It's weird.
There's some clever stuff. It's not all of that, but I know what you mean. Like I don't get it either, really.
Yeah.
You love it.
No,
Yeah.
I love like.
Are you on there?
I love weirdos. I have one, but I agree with what you're saying. That it feels like this test I haven't studied for that I'm hoping like gets canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, go bummer. No more TikTok. I'm like, it takes pressure off me. I mean, I know there will be another one. Also, I don't like the name either. Like, I think saying you're an Instagrammer isn't the coolest thing in the world, but saying you're a TikToker, it sounds worse to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an Instagrammer, but it's cooler than TikTok and drawing a line in the sand.
Yeah, I wouldn't miss it. I guess the whole to be like nothing they do on there couldn't be done on Instagram, right?
I don't think so. No. I heard it's very intuitive. It's like a very nice user experience, but I don't think I'll ever find out. Famous last words. Chad, who's your babe of the week?
My babe of the week is the reporter Stacy from KCAL9, who we did a report with. Not because, I mean, I'm thankful that they did a story on us, but more so because she got me really hyped on first aid. Because I was skating a week ago. I got these scrapes. Yeah, I got one on my ankle too. My hip bone. And she was like, you need to clean that up better. Like, do you go in the ocean? You might have staph. And it freaked me out, but I was like, but I've been properly. I mean, she was like, you're gonna have staph if you don't get this figured out. You need to put hydrogen peroxide on there. You need to clean that out. You get a Marigel, and then you get a prescription. And it was a little bit over the top, I realized afterwards, but she scared me in the moment.
Prescription for antibiotics?
Antibiotics, yeah. And she scared me in the moment. And on that thought, I didn't really appreciate being scared like that. But it did make me tend to my wounds a little bit more. And I think they're healing up quicker.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to be yelled at. Like,
Yeah.
you need to
She did scare the bejesus out of us, though.
I
She
was
was
like-
so certain.
Yeah, I was like, these are some media tactics here.
That was tough, too, because they were a little disgruntled with us because we made them do our interview out of my mom's hot tub.
Yeah.
And in exchange, we had to wear our shirts. That was the compromise we made.
They didn't think that was funny? It is funny.
No, they liked it, but like the camera dude was like, hey, the lighting's off. And you know how like everyone who's like in a department, like to them, like they're like, this is the biggest thing. Like if you're a sound guy, you're like, this sound's not right. And everyone's like, it's good enough. And then they're like, don't say that to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he was like, no, there's too much light on your face. And we had to be like, look, it's really important to us that we be in my mom's hot tub. My mom and Greg's hot tub. Yeah. But then, yeah, she said Chad had staph.
Yeah.
I don't think you have stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's because of all the Neosporin I put on there. And then JT's mom's hydrogen. She's a babe, too. She has hydrogen peroxide.
I know Monica. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Stacy was like, you're never going to find hydrogen peroxide. I'm like, Stacy, we're JT's moms.
Yeah, my mom's loaded with stuff.
Were you staying there or just for the...
It's just for like 4 days.
was it fun? Did you guys have fun?
It's great, yeah.
Yeah, it was the best.
Nice. Those workouts look fun.
Oh, yeah, those were some good workouts. Yeah. We were throwing some weight around. We were pushing a pace that was pretty extreme. I'm quoting a CrossFitter from one of the CrossFit documentaries.
What's the best one? What one should I watch?
That's a great question, bro. Fittest, the Dominant, and the Redeemed. That's the best one. He's writing it down.
I like the way you just...
Should I do my babe?
Yes, sir.
It's my babe is this gorilla who lives in Japan. His name's Shabani.
That's awesome.
He's like the most handsome gorilla in the world. He was in the news a lot a few years ago because like women were flocking to the museum en masse to like. He's like the Beatles. Like people like want to see this gorilla.
Whoa.
And he's fucking. I follow him on Instagram. He's a handsome motherfucker. Trying to think other facts I know about him. Oh, he weighs 420 pounds, which is chill. And he's 24. Coco lived to like her 40s. He's got a lot of life ahead of him. He's just like I've sent you DMs being like, look at the vasculated.
Yeah.
He just has like spider web. Like he's like he's like two Aaron Donalds in the same body or something.
Dude.
Like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking my language.
Yeah.
I gotta check this gorilla out.
Yeah.
Shabani?
Very stoic. He carries his power with grace.
Is it spelled like a yogurt?
Shabani.
It's not Chobani.
No, but he's probably the best. I follow a lot of ape accounts. He's one of the better ones.
Yeah,
He's on social media?
Yeah.
You have
Dude.
great ape content.
Thanks, man. Something about an ape just speaks to me.
At Reggie Chillball, guys, is the Instagram.
Oh yeah, I post apes, but post videos on there sometimes too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I can't find Shabani.
I'll make sure, or when one of you guys are, or I guess I'm done. But I'll make sure I say the right one. Let me see.
Aaron, you want to do your babe?
Sure. This is pretty quick, but this has been a Q-teen find that I don't know if I knew existed before. Sweet Italian sausage.
Ooh.
I know that there's always like been the mild and spicy, and I'm not really a big spicy guy, but sweet Italian sausage has really kicked up all of our my wife and I's Q-teen meals. So thank you, sweet Italian sausage.
Amen, dude. My baby of the week is the filmmaker Richard Linklater. I sometimes forget about him, but he's truly, I think, one of the great American filmmakers. I watched his first movie, Slacker, which he made on like a shoestring budget, and it's just like a series of vignettes. And it's like so literary and so well constructed. Like you can see why someone would see that movie and then be like, okay, this guy could become like a big art house director in a bunch of different genres just based off what he did in the first film, because he really made something special from not having a lot at his disposal. And I know, he's just so thoughtful and philosophical, but also bro-y, so I love that combo. He lived an interesting life. He was a college baseball player, and then he didn't graduate. He worked on an oil tanker, read a bunch of great books, and then came back and just was determined to be a great filmmaker, and he became that. And he made strong choices along the way to become that filmmaker. Like, he came to Hollywood, did some, like, Hollywood-style movies like the Newton Brothers, and then realized that wasn't for him, and then went back to making art house stuff, and then came back and made School of Rock within the Hollywood system. And then he had developed a skill to make something within the system that was still eccentric and interesting and fun. And yeah, he's just a brilliant filmmaker. I mean, there's that movie, Slacker, Dazed and Confused, the Before trilogy. I mean, the first one is probably the most romantic movie of all time. I've recommended it on here before, but if you're a young dude and you're about to go, or a woman and you're about to go traveling and you want to live life like anything spectacular could happen, I would definitely recommend the first of the Before trilogy, because it'll fire you up to have a wide, big old heart and meet some special people along the road of travel. And then he did Boyhood, which he filmed like segments of over 12 years with a kid as he grew up. And it's a really, I don't know if I'll watch it again. It's kind of a boring movie, but it's incredible in its like scope and accomplishment. And yeah, he's just a beast. And like Mark Maron said, he makes movies about time, about how we move through time, and then about how time moves through us. Whoa, crazy. And then, we saw Everybody Wants Him together.
Give me a review of that movie. I'll just JT nailed the feel of that movie when we walked out, which is, I just wanted to take my fucking shirt off.
I did. I took my shirt off after the movie. I was so pumped up.
It's the best, like, just hangout weekend, guys not being there's no lesson, like everyone just having a good time, and it doesn't feel like corny. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we saw that right after we came back from Vegas, from like a massive bender in Vegas. Oh, dude, when we were in Vegas, like Reggie and I kept staying extra nights, and then
just send there's like 6 of us, and then 4 of us, then 2.
Yeah, like the amount of guys just kept dropping, and like I blacked out at the pool one day, and I just was like throwing up all over a lobby while Reggie carried me to a new hotel because we had to change places, and then we were doing drugs. And we had this crazy drug dealer come up who he was so cool. We loved him so much. But then he came up to our room, did all the drugs, lost the rest of the drugs. I think he took a shower for like 20 minutes.
At least a shit.
Yeah, made us buy him a charger, go drive somewhere else to get the drugs. He came back, did half of those drugs. We finally lose him after like 4 hours. And then he comes to our room at 6 a.m, knocks on the door. I open it, he goes, I need $40. I was like, for what? He's like, I just need $40, man. I was like, all right, dude. I gave it to him, and I was like, I'll see you later. But yeah, that guy was insane.
Yeah, the least effort scam artist. He fleeced us in the it didn't feel that way.
When he lost the drugs, that was pretty, we were like, I remember you and I looked at each other when he was in the bathroom for 20 minutes, and we were like, if we were gnarlier dudes, we'd probably do something about that.
Yeah.
But we were like,
it's like, but no, we're on a ride.
Yeah, we're just on a ride with this guy. Chad, who's your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is my dog Nick, aka Ass Man, in reference to Cosmo Kramer.
Nice.
The Ass Man, because we're both Seinfeld fans. But yeah, Nick's my buddy from college. What up, Nick? I saw Nick, he was, I saw him recently at the beach, and he was looking just more bronze than ever. I mean, this dude, he was staying in Florida for a while, and now he's come home to stay with his parents and Manhattan Beach a little bit, but he was just like, his tan was, I mean, you could see it was like, you know, those images of like we have those images of like the sun. It's like the closest we've ever seen.
Yeah.
It felt like
was
that.
closer
It
than
felt
that.
like I felt like I got a solar flare from it, and I swear to God, the signal on my cell like flickered a little bit. You know, it disturbed the electromagnetic radiation, if that's what's going on in there.
For sure.
It disturbed the frequencies. It was like so.
Text
out
me a
of this
picture of
world.
this guy later. I wanna.
I'll ask him for a picture of his tan.
Yeah.
But he's just, you know, one of my best friends from college, just a legend, a beast. We partied a lot together. We partied hard. We had a Coachella in my car,
What's
which
that?
is like, we were just literally in my college house. We were just sitting in the driveway in my car, bumping Deep House for like 6 hours, and people would try to get in the car, and we're like, get away from us. Like, this is our Coachella.
You don't have a wristband, bro.
Yeah. Literally. I was like, this is my Ford Escape. This is the Ford Escape tent. Go to the other tents. This is my tent. All right? And we're playing Mark Harris right now. Is that his name? I think so.
Calvin here? Or there might be.
Mark Knight. We were playing Mark Knight. That's who it was. And, yeah, so I just wanted to give him a shout out. What up, Nick? Keep that tan up, dude, because it's inspiring. And, yeah, keep being a beast. And, yeah.
Reg, who's your leg?
My legend has to do with a man's body as well. It's Shia motherfucking LaBeouf, dude.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
nice.
He is the greatest actor of all time. He makes interesting choices. I believe him in everything he does, even if it's like kind of dumb. But the specific reason is for the new Tax Collector. The movie is called Tax Collector. It's a David Ayer movie. It's another like South Central guys running around shooting each other kind of action flick. But Shia got a real ass chest piece, like neck to waist, real ink for it for a role.
Wow.
like I
Commitment, dude.
commitment and like.
Wait,
Now you
he
can
got
only play tattooed characters.
He got a tattoo.
A full chest, and
it's real?
Yeah.
He's gonna have that for the rest of his life? Wow.
And I want to steal the joke so bad, but I gotta give Austin credit. Our friend Austin, when I told him about it, he goes like, "Oh man, I hope he takes his shirt off in the movie."
That's insane.
Yeah.
What a beast.
Yeah. In Echo Park, he like went to some local guy who, he grew up around here. It's like everyone wants to be mad about that movie, but I think it's gonna be awesome.
Because like of racial insensitivity and stuff.
That's why people are mad. They said that he's like doing brown face, but it's
Right.
like, have you ever gotten a chest tattoo for your job?
Yeah.
Right, like if you commit hard enough,
Yeah.
you can supersede the issues.
What if
Yeah.
there was enough outcry that people were like, Shia can't play this role. We need you know. And he's like, dude, I fucking got a tattoo.
Right.
Like, my chest is fucked.
Every movie he writes after that, it's like the big mistake. Yeah. Aaron, who's your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is another actor who's celebrating a birthday today. He's turned 51. His name is Jason Clarke.
I love Jason Clarke.
Australian
Great
actor. I first learned about him on the Chicago Code, which was a Fox cop show that didn't make it past first season, but it was really good. He was super intense, and with his accent, I thought, and I'm from Chicago, my family's from there, I know a lot of people from there. I thought for sure this dude's from the Midwest, and then I find out, like I look him up. I love this dude. Look him up. Queensland, Australia. It's like, oh fuck.
Wow.
It's amazing. And then he was great in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
My favorite movie. That's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
That's your favorite movie?
So good.
Because Caesar beefing with the other dude?
It's got an ape shooting a machine gun right on the
Yeah.
back of a horse.
Yeah, dude.
It fucking rules.
No, I'm right there with you, man. I loved all three of those movies. I saw all
Matt
in the
Reeves is
theaters.
doing the next Batman.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
we'll see on that. But but yeah, Jason Clarke, awesome.
Yeah, dude, Zero Dark 30, crushed it in that.
Yeah, he's in a lot of,
Lawless.
yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
He can do action. He can do like just like friendly neighborhood dad.
Yeah, and he can play kind of like a not tough guy and also like a really good tough guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there a
yeah,
movie where he plays an Australian? I can't think of.
I can't think of one.
I know, I'm not really seeing one. Yeah, he looks super menacing in the trailer for that Matthew McConaughey movie Serenity.
Oh, you should. He is scary in that.
Yeah.
That movie is one of the stupidest, weirdest,
Yeah.
most unique movies I've ever
It's
seen.
weird. That writer's really good. Stephen Knight's like a fucking beast.
It's a.
Yeah.
Do you know the twist?
It's all a video game or something?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Oh, okay. I theorized when I saw the trailer, I was like, this could be the coolest and most ridiculous, like, Jaws parody or something, like, because it's all on a fishing boat and
I
stuff.
mean, McConaughey's good at being on a boat.
Yeah, yeah.
I think our
That's a
friend
good
Dustin noticed that. But yeah, like
Oh, Dustin, that's a
Yeah.
good call, yeah.
beach bum rules. Yeah,
Chad,
Is Beach Bum good?
it's amazing. I love
I
it.
haven't seen it yet.
I like the first half a lot. It started to wear on me.
It's like sketch
Yeah.
comedy. He's just like hanging out with people
Oh,
doing
really?
weird voices
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah,
But-
because I saw like the trailer for it, and then like for some reason I got like a. It seemed like it was a letdown. I don't know why. I don't know who I talked to. I don't know if I talked to anyone about that, but maybe just it wasn't.
it's not deep, but it's,
Yeah.
I think people had too high of expectations for it too because it was Corinne was coming off Spring Breakers,
Yeah.
which I think was really, really good. And then McConaughey was in it, so it was like this epic combination.
It's a logical next step after Spring Breakers of like none of the like moodiness and all of the just
Right.
like
Oh, it's just goofy. Oh,
yeah.
I love goofy.
Yeah.
It's like a comedy. It's
But it's
Oh,
dark.
okay.
It is dark, though.
it's a little dark. But
The Efron tangent is dark.
I thought that was one of the funniest.
Oh, really?
He's got
I
like
found it
jean
kinda
code jeans and like
dispiriting.
a panini beard, and he's like,
But they're doing awful
Oh, they're-
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
totally.
But you were just like the costumes are
I mean,
just,
like Martin
yeah.
Lawrence, like it gets
That stuff was
gets
pretty
like
good.
his limbs eaten by sharks. Like
Yeah.
there's like
Really?
Yeah, it's wacky.
Chad, who is what? Oh, quotes of the week. Chad, what is your quote of the week?
My quote of the week is from American Pie. Moved from Van Wilder to American Pie,
Nice.
and this comes from Jim. Dude, did you see that Little Mermaid on TV last night? That Ariel, man, she's so hot. That's my quote.
Nice.
My quote is my pops, who said this on the announcements every day at school. He said, "Do the right thing at the right time because character is your destiny." And it was like corny as hell because he said the same thing every day. And I hated that he made me wear a tie and stuff, but like it's like the truest thing there is. So I think
Nice.
I don't know where he came up with it or whatever, but it's cool to do the same thing every single day like that, and
Oh.
it like really lasers it into your brain.
Love that, dude.
Yeah.
Aaron, what's your quote of the week?
I'm looking for one. If you want to skip me.
Yeah, I'll quote my dad too. My dad will talk about when people are like kind of lit up, like drunk or loaded, but they're kind of on fire. My dad goes, "He's feeling no pain."
That's
And
awesome.
That really is the feeling when you're just like in the zone like that, and you're just like, you know what? It's just, I'm just moving through space.
That's
and
what
time.
flow is.
Yeah.
Is no friction, no pain. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's feeling no pain. Chad, what's your phrase of the week for getting after? Or Aaron, are you ready? We'll circle back. Chad,
I was trying to find a Jason Clarke quote from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, but everything is like ape, not kill ape. Like,
Caesar is home.
what does he say at the end? Who's not an ape? Who does he kill at the end? What's the homie's
Koba.
name? Koba. Koba, no ape. Chad, what's your phrase of the week for getting after it?
Well, it's Shabani.
Ooh. What's your phrase of the week for getting after it?
The stupidest tattoo I've ever seen is this guy I went to high school with. Had if you're not wasted, your time is. I'm like, you thought that was deep?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess it made that guy want to get after it. So.
That's what's up.
He looks at his tattoo. He's like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
I'm blowing it. Yeah. That's funny. Aaron, what's your phrase of the week for getting after it?
Shit. I don't know.
Here, I'll run it real quick. My dad had another one where my friends and I, when we were like 17, we snuck into a 50-year-old's birthday party, and there was just a bunch of like strippers there, and they were roasting them, and tons of booze, and we just had an epic night, and they basically let us hang out. And when I got home, we told my parents about it, and my dad was like a couple martinis in, and just goes, "Boys, suck the vine," and that was like what he told us to do for life, just suck the vine. Yeah.
It's very bacchanalian. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Aaron, do you got one?
No, I don't. I can't. I'm drawing a complete blank.
Drawing a complete blank. That's the phrase of the week for getting after it.
There you go.
Zen.
Chad, I think that's it, bro.
Cool, dude. Reggie, thanks for coming out. This is a pleasure.
Yeah, it was so fun talking to you.
Thanks for
man.
having me. To be on something I consume myself, love it.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah, of course. This will be my most listened one.
Didn't you say one time you were trying to play it for your ex and you were like, no, it's good, and then she just wasn't getting it after a while, and you were like, all right, I'll switch it off.
Yeah, on a road trip. That's why she's my ex. But I said I promised the Dark Angels I would call them out, shout them out. That text chain: Robbie, Chris, Caleb, and Jimmy.
Nice. Oh, dude, you know what else? I don't think I ever did my Legend of the Week. I'm sorry, guys. Can I do it real quick?
Mm-hmm.
My Legends of the Week are the dudes I have been doing CrossFit workouts with at my house. It's John Daniels, who has only been to one because of some scheduling conflicts. Mike Ferraro, who comes up with the workouts, is a machine with every workout, sets the pace. Like Chad said, has a skate park for pecs, and just a beautiful man with a beautiful soul. Ross Cumming, just a bastion of power, explosive, powerful lifter, swinging those heavy kettlebells overhead with snatches and power cleans, and just generally bringing the leadership and intensity. And then Danny Babona, just quiet excellence, shredded midsection, and just absolute confidence. Love watching that guy move and work. And and he's a baseball coach at UCI. So if you're a young buckaroo who can throw or swing, go to UCI with the Anteaters. They should call it UC Newport Beach because it's right there. And then Chad joined us this week, which was excellent to have him be part of the crew, throwing down some movements. But yeah, these guys they've brought me so much joy, and they've made me stronger, and I can't thank them enough.
Did you say
They're a bunch
Tom?
of legends. Oh, and then but Tom was my Legend of the week before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I gotta spend some time with them. I mean, just like the hottest, most humble dudes. They're just like hot, humble, smart, perfect package.
They're hot
Just
dudes.
like a good. They keep you motivated. They make you feel comfortable. They let you know that you can lift more weight than you think,
That's what's up.
and they let you know that you have a powerful base, even if you question your base.
You got to question it sometimes. There it is. That's it.
All right, dudes. Thanks for Reggie again. Thanks for coming on.
Of course, love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you
man.
too. Aaron, good to see you. Guys, write in some reviews, and I'll see you guys later.
If you need advice,